When you're in a pinch and need a meal fast, turn to your local Super One Foods. Whether it be wings and dip for watching the big game, or simply a delicious healthy meal that's sure to satisfy even the picky eater in your family, we have you covered with convenient grab-and-go food options, all at the affordable prices you've come to expect. So leave the cooking to us and stop by your neighborhood Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
With me today,
we're gonna have a good time.
You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account.
Oh my gosh! Specific answer.
They're learning quick.
Can we Google it?
Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I'm not saying. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
Welcome to the University of Wisconsin-Superior, known for top academics and a close-knit, supportive community in a region renowned for its natural beauty. Our campus sits just minutes from the western tip of Lake Superior, the largest freshwater lake in the world. It's a superior place to be. Come on, let me show you around. We'll start our tour here in the Yellow Jacket Union, the hub of campus. Here, students can study, play a game of pool, chill by the fireplace, or grab a bite to eat at one of our various dining options. Whatever you're hungry for, you'll find it here. The flags here represent our international students, who make up 10% of our student body. At UW-Superior, you'll make friends from all around the world. Right outside the Yellow Jacket Union is the Quad, with our two oldest buildings, Old Main and Erlandson Hall, on the other side. When the weather's nice, you'll always see students hanging out here, studying, or meeting up with friends.
And now, I'm going to show you Swenson Hall, a popular place for students to come out and study. It's open 24 hours a day for those who get their best work done late at night. With a 14-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, most of your classes will be in rooms like this, with professors that know you by name and are happy to work with you. Swenson is also home to our writing center and the new esports lab, where club and varsity gaming teams practice and compete, and students can enjoy open rec hours. Here we are in Barstow, home to our natural sciences department,
Jacket Hockey is on the air from Westman Arena on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Superior, where tonight the Yellow Jackets are looking to complete the weekend sweep as they play host to the Olies from St. Olaf College. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. I am John Garver, and last night the very long Division III offseason came to a close with the Yellow Jackets coming out with a 3-1 victory over Gustavus Adolphus College. Good news, you won the season opener. Good news, a couple guys who struggled to score a little bit last year got on the scoreboard. Good news, your goaltender was very, very good. Not so good news, there were a lot of things that the Yellow Jackets, I think if they look back on it, didn't like how they panned out, didn't like how they finished off in certain situations. Coaching staff had a lot of things to say about some of that, and in the end, they weren't as enthusiastic about the victory as maybe the guys on the radio and TV broadcasts were. But nonetheless, the Yellow Jackets opening the season with a victory for the first time since 2021 and are hoping to make it 2 in a row also for the first time since 2021. St. Olaf coming into this one after getting beat up a little bit last weekend. They hit the road last night and had a nice victory at the Hobbs Ice Center in Eau Claire as they defeated the Blue Golds 4-1. So a good outing for them, and they are looking to also finish off a weekend sweep of their very own here at Westman Arena. It's been a pretty darn good day for the Yellow Jacket sports teams. A lot of victories from the fall sports teams and the winter sports teams. It's been a really good day. A lot that we get to talk about. Some championships were won. Can't wait to talk all about that, and that'll lead us right into the rest of this hockey game here tonight. Coming up here on the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, we'll have a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Rich McKenna. We'll chat it up with sophomore goaltender Jack Boschert. We're going to take a look at the WIAC schedule for the evening. We'll find out what else happened around UW Superior. We'll look at the starters, and we'll take a look at what happened last night. All that and more when the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce continues right after this timeout. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Last night here at Westman Arena, the Yellow Jackets opened up the 24-25 season with a 3-1 victory over Gustavus Adolphus College. The Yellow Jackets falling behind early at 7:42 of the first period. Jack Suki scoring for the Gusties as they converted a nice little 2-on-1 rush from about the red line in. Yellow Jackets had a really good start to the game, had a really good start to their first power play, and after that, things just kind of fell apart a little bit in that period. They spent a lot of time on their heels after the Gusties took that 1-0 lead. But before the period ended, the Yellow Jackets got that goal back and tied it at 1. 15-21 of the first period. Daniel Roosevelt scoring his first goal of the season. Really great shift for Roosevelt, too. He blocks a shot early, or blocks the shot at the blue line, then it ricochets off his body to center ice, wins a foot race with the defenseman to get to that loose puck, and works it into the offensive zone, throws it toward the net, keeps going to the net, and then the loose puck at the left side of the goal finds him. He pokes it home first of the year. Jackets and Gusties tied 1-1 after one. Gustavus out shooting the Yellow Jackets 8-6 in that first period. Second period, Jackets came out, had a really, really good frame. We talked about it on the air. I bring it up with Coach McKenna in the pregame show also. Really good period of hockey in the second period. Proud of the way they played, and it was a really good stretch. They took the lead for good at 6:24 of the second period. Reed Stark scoring his first goal of the season, creating a turnover in the neutral zone, coming into Gustavus territory, gets to the left circle, and doesn't try to do anything too crazy. Almost like he kind of looked the goaltender off a little bit, and then snaps one from the circle going short side, and that gave the Jackets the 2-1 lead. Stayed that way into the third period as the teams continued to trade punches, but goaltender Jack Boschert was the best player on the ice, in my opinion. Had a really good third period, made some key saves to keep things in, keep that 1-goal lead for the Yellow Jackets, and then with just over 3 seconds to play, Dusty Bergstrom scores into the empty net unassisted goal at 19:56 to make the final 3-1. Yellow Jackets outshot Gustavus for the game 30-27, so 26 saves and goal for Jack Boschert. His record now 1-0 on the season. His career goals against average 1.80, so it went down, and his save percentage goes up even more. His career save percentage now .937, so a really good stretch in goal for Yellow Jacket sophomore Jack Boschert. Meanwhile, St. Olaf, we mentioned a 4-1 victory over UW Eau Claire at the Hobbs Ice Center last night. Jonathan Young scoring at 5:58 of the first period to give the Ole's the 1-0 lead. Max Dronin tied it for Eau Claire at 8:17 of the second period. But then shortly after that, Jonathan Panisa scoring for, I think it's Panisa. Yes, it is Jonathan Panisa scoring at 10:05 of the second period. Olaf goes in front 2-1. A couple minutes later, it goes to 3-1. When, come on, John, you can find it here. There it is. When Pavel Karasik scoring at 16:57 of the period. Then late on a power play with an empty net, Jonathan Young scoring his second at 18:59 of the third period to make the final score 4-1. The big key number in this whole thing was Eau Claire outshooting St. Olaf 45-18. And so it was 44 saves in goal for Matthew Mullen of St. Olaf, including 33 over the last two periods. So really good performance for him between the pipes. Fortunately for the Yellow Jackets, they will not see him. Unfortunately, they're going to see a goaltender also really, really good when they hit this one up here tonight. Elsewhere around the WIAC tonight, St. Mary's is on the road at UW Stevens Point. All WIAC teams hosting, by the way. Bethel is at Eau Claire, Hamlin at Stout, and Gustavus is down the road at River Falls. 7 o'clock or 7:05 face-off on all of those contests. We're going to take a quick time out here, and when the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce continues, we will have our conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Rich McKenna. You're listening to Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. It's Saturday night. The Yellow Jackets. We're back on the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. It's Saturday night. The Yellow Jackets back home for Game 2 of the 24-25 season, taking on St. Olaf College here at Westman Arena. I am John Garver, and as always in the pregame, we're joined by Yellow Jacket head coach Rich McKenna. And, a good win on opening night, but I would have to imagine from a coaching standpoint and judging by some of the gestures and facial expressions we saw from upstairs last night, not loving a lot of it, but happy to get the win.
Super grateful for the win. Lipstick on a pig probably sums it up. But hey, we found a way to win. It was good. I thought Rosie played fantastic, got us going. Was super pumped for Starkey. That was a sniper's goal. So like we were able to get the jitters out, hopefully, right? I was telling the guys in the meeting today, we seemed really loose in the beginning, so I was very kind of taken back over the course of 60 minutes of how unsure we were with the puck at times. It was more so with the puck where I felt we were sloppy, not so much without the puck.
I thought your goaltender was best player on the ice last night, though. He had a really good game between the pipes.
Jack saved our rear ends once again, right? He had a great game, and he's reliable for sure. So he made the saves we needed to make, made some saves that probably he shouldn't have made, and that was the difference. And we did just enough to kind of get over the hump in front of him.
I want to hop back to Reed Starkey. Brought him up, and I mentioned multiple times on the air last night. I have a little bit of a soft spot for him because he's been through so much. He didn't have a good year last year. The year before, he had mono for 6 months. There were injuries in there. It's been hard for him to get a sustained stretch where he could actually just play hockey and go. And you see something like that last night, you kind of get excited because you know what's inside that kid.
No, for sure. And he had, I think he had 16, 17, or 18 points, whatever, one of those three in his freshman year. Like you said, he battled some stuff. And for him to pop one in his first game of his senior year, and I challenged him going into summer. I've seen him play some really good hockey in our training camp and stuff like that, and it was good for him. It builds confidence. Kids thrive on point production, and when coaches value a block shot and stopping on pucks. So he got his confidence from that, but his habits are not exactly where they need to be just yet, but I'm getting more and more confident with him again on his play away from the puck.
Coaches love block shots, then you are over the moon about Dusty Bergstrom because he ate how many pucks last night? He was fantastic.
Yeah, so Dusty got the Junkyard Dog Award last night. He's like a sponge. He just soaks it, I thought it was kind of funny, and correct me if I'm wrong, Garbs, was last year the first year without Sterney? Yeah, and I think that hurt our PK, a guy doing that, and he was able to. That was Sterney-esque or Sterney-like, however you want to call it. So he was, he's a leader. He's a minute muncher. He can play against the other team's top lines. He's over the boards for the penalty kill, over the boards for the power play, shut down the team's top six. He's our Swiss Army knife for sure.
Dynamite drop in on Sam Stern, the PK specialist, such an underrated aspect of the game and something you don't even realize how good he is at it until he's not here. But the penalty kill came up for you last night. Penalty kill was very good for you guys last night, and I thought overall, last year's second periods were tough for this team. Last night's second period was really good.
Yeah, I thought we pushed back in the second for sure. Knowing that they were gonna I would have liked to have built a little bit more of a lead and a cushion in that, get rewarded for that. But, it's, like I said to you guys last night, like, new team over in Gustavus, new coach behind the bench. He values different things. They were going to come out, and I thought they played really well. I told Coach Walsh after the game that he'll win a lot of games this year, and your dad would be proud of you, and just keep going. So I wouldn't be shocked if they go on a run here at some point too.
One of the teams that's probably picked to be one of the tops in the MIAC is across the ice from you at St. Olaf here. They come in riding high, a nice win over Eau Claire last night, 4-1. Something that team needed because they got smacked around a little bit last weekend by Marion and St. Norbert. So pretty good hockey club you got coming in here. It doesn't get any easier.
For sure, and it's kind of one of the things I told our guys. If you think their record is an indication of who they are, you're dead wrong. I mean, they start off, first game is against St. Norbert's, traditional powerhouse. Then you go down to Marion, which is like skating in Mystery, Alaska. And, that's a hard barn to play in, like that sheet's enormous. And so, that's a tough 2 games, right, to start with, and they answer back. They beat a good Blue Gold team, and here we are, and they have a chance to get to 500. We have a chance to move the meter a little bit more, and it should be probably 2 different styles going at it tonight, I would think. But again, if we swing off of checks like we did last night, we'll look just like them.
With that, what are the biggest keys for you guys here tonight?
I would say we have to go north with the puck, and make, know what we're going to do before we get it. So puck management, number 1, first and foremost. We have to skate. St. Olaf can skate, right? Their forward group's very talented. We have to check. We had a pretty good video session today of what not to do. Because the habits have to be there, and and we're a decent sized team, right? Like, let's actually use it. I would say that puck management, checking, be nice to not have to kill 7 penalties, discipline. But hey, it's always tough in our own barn to get a call to go the other way.
2021 is the last time you started year 2-0, Coach. Let's put an end to that tonight.
Here we go, Garth.
That's the Yellow Jacket head coach Rich McKenna in his 9th season with the Yellow Jackets. 92 wins, 100 losses, and 16 ties, his all-time record. His counterpart is Eddie Effinger. In his 5th season with the Oles, he's got 41 wins, 41 losses, and 8 ties. So his victory last night at Eau Claire, evening his all-time record at the 500 mark. Time now to take a look at the starters in this one. The starting lineups are sponsored by Superior Choice Credit Union. For the Yellow Jackets, get the starting goal is going to be Kobe Grant, a 6'1", 190-pound sophomore from Vernon, British Columbia, making his first appearance on the season. Last year, kind of the hard-luck goalie. Posted goals against average of 2.20 and a save percentage of .915. Far from just pedestrian numbers, yet his record was 3-7. Tells you how much run support he was getting from the offense last year. He gets the start here on this Saturday night. The starting 5 in front of him, the defense pair will be Dusty Bergstrom and Evan Axel, and the forward line will be Chris Ishmael centering Daniel Roosevelt on the left wing and Logan Nickerson on the right. Other Yellow Jacket forward lines, Justin Dauphiné will have Gavin Watt on the right wing and Trey Sauter on the left. Cade Shea will have Iki Kagawa on the right wing and Reed Stark on the left. Gavin Rasmussen, Austin Paul on the right wing, and Carson Riddle on the left. So the bottom 2 lines, no changes from last evening. Defense pairs the same, Matt Danziger and Tyler Ryder. And then Liam Whitehouse and Blake Holmes. Freshman defenseman Sam Brennan is the extra skater. Jack Boschert and Jan Skorpik will back up Kobe Grant. On the other side, Thomas Lalonde will get the starting goal for St. Olaf, making his second appearance on the year. He's 0-1. A 12.07 goals against average. and a .667 save percentage. Chances are I've never said those numbers before. He took a beating. He gave up 6 goals in half a hockey game last weekend against St. Norbert College, so he's looking to bounce back, and make no mistake, he's going to. He is a very solid goaltender. A 5'9" senior out of Montreal, Quebec, played his junior hockey with Carleton Place, which is one of the best programs in all of Canada. So that is your starting lineup today, sponsored by Superior Choice Credit Union. Officials tonight is assigned by the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Referees are Sean Hauser and Andrew Liebert, and the linesmen are Corey Burrell and Kevin Kangas. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we will catch up with sophomore goaltender Jack Boschert, as I broke my rule about talking to goalies because he wasn't playing tonight, so what the heck, let's put him behind the mic. We'll have that for you right after this timeout. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network.
Done. They were eating pucks out there and playing hard. They're not all going to be pretty, so it's just good to get the first one under the belt.
It seemed like you were having a pretty good night tracking the puck. There was oftentimes quite a bit of traffic in front of you. You didn't seem to struggle seeing the puck, didn't struggle with rebounds. What was kind of the key for you to be able to find the puck in every situation last night?
I know most of the time the guys were clear the front of the net. You know, if they didn't get it clear, they ate the puck. So like Dusty on that 5-on-3 when I made a kick save there, so I didn't have to make one. But no, just the defense and the forwards helping me out a lot, clearing the front of the net.
We talked about him on the air last night too, because he only had credit, I think, for 2 or 3 blocks in the game, but it was probably more like 6 or 7. And on the penalty kill, he probably had a handful by himself. Got to give you some confidence, though, having guys like that in front of you, knowing that there's a good chance the puck's not even going to get to you in that situation.
Oh, 100%. The 5-on-3, he came up to me as soon as it started, and he said, "We're gonna eat pucks for you here." So he did that. I mean, I think it was Raz and Whitey was on the ice. Everybody did it. I mean, Raz soaked one at the very end of the game. Then we buried.
Everybody got their share of starts and their minutes in net. This year it looks like it could be the same thing. How do you guys stay competitive and yet supportive of each other, knowing that all 3 of you could be playing on any night?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have the ability to have 3 goalies that could play any night. I think any team would love to have that, and I think that's something that we have. You know, we all love each other. We all talk. We love competing with each other. It's the fact that we're not competing against each other. We're competing with each other more than anything else. So we're just trying to push each other to make each other better and help out whatever way that is.
How many miles does your dad put on the car to come and watch games? Because everywhere we go, your dad is there with the camera.
I don't know, what is it, 600-something miles up here? I think he came to 21 out of 27 games last year. Granted, all of them aren't home games, but puts a lot on the car. He likes to watch some hockey, so it's nice seeing him out here, and then he gets to take pictures, and I know the boys love that, so just more pictures, and then nice for me to see him too.
Yeah, and he was even doing that in junior when you're playing out on the East Coast. He was making all those trips too.
Yeah, through 2 years and Walpole, he made 18 trips by himself, not including the couple he made with my mom, but that was 1,200 miles. She wouldn't drive that one, so whenever she came out, they had to fly. So,
safe to say he's going to be in Boston in January?
Oh, they'll both be in Boston. They're going to take a little vacation. They're going to have some fun, go see my billet parents out there, my whole billet family. Probably go see the old coach, and they'll have a lot of fun out there. They like the area whenever they go and visit.
Big controversy last night was the size of the knob on the goalie sticks. So give you a chance to set the record straight. Really small, maybe big enough for you, average size. Talk to me a little bit about that and maybe what would help you hold on to the stick more.
I'd say it's average. It's just like a regular player's knob. I don't like too much tape. It just kind of I feel like it throws it off. When I went out to play the puck behind the net, that was probably the one time of the year I was going to play the puck. And I went to throw my stick out, my blocker hit my pad, and I was like, well, this is a lost cause, and it just sailed out of my hand. So I stopped the puck with my hand, let it go, let the D have it, and just hope for the best after that. It's a normal size knob, though. I wouldn't say it's big or small or anything.
Did you get back in the net and go, yep, that's why I just stay here, I don't even try to play the puck?
Oh, yeah, and then when Blake Holmesy was getting off the ice because he's the one that got the puck, I was like, sorry, Holmesy. But yeah, I don't play the puck a whole lot, and, as you can see from last night, that's why, so.
One of the all-time good guys that's come through this program, that's sophomore goaltender Jack Boschert. That's going to do it for the Yellow Jacket Hockey Pregame Show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. When we come back, we'll have the drop of the puck on this Saturday night between the Yellow Jackets and the Olies from Westman Arena in Superior. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. One minute. We're back at Westman Arena, moments away from the start of this one between the Yellow Jackets and St. Olaf College. Alongside Jason Roan, I am John Garver. Another rousing rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, courtesy of the Full Metal Jackets, to guide us into puck drop here. And both teams going through their final rah-rah strategy sessions, whatever you want to say, around the goal. But we're seconds away from the drop of the puck on this Saturday night.
Always love having the Full Metal Jackets here. Adds to the ambiance.
It does. trying to get all the settings on the mics right. And we've introduced a whole bunch of new equipment and everything this year, so we're learning as we go.
Turning the knobs, cranking the dials.
Learning as we go.
All right, let's do that hockey.
Let's have some fun with the hockey stuff here. Yellow Jackets will be defending the goal, 2 hour left. Attacking left to right in the gold sweaters with white and black trim. Chris Ishmael in to take the draw and win the draw and get dumped after the draw, but at any rate, the Jackets move it into the offensive zone. It's going to be picked up quickly by Nick Hatton. He circles around behind his own goal, rather. Plays that one ahead on the left wing, and it's chipped down into the Yellow Jacket zone. Giving chase, Tyler Green. Green here for St. Olaf. Loses control of the puck. Jackets back on the attack. This is Nickerson on the right wing. Gives it to Chris Ishmael. Backhand throws that one in front. Had Roosevelt going to the net, and it was just out of his reach. Now behind the net, it is Roosevelt here. These for Ishmael, who gives it back to Roosevelt. Nifty play below the goal line by those two. It comes up top, right point. Evan Axel mishandles. He's going to be forced just to play it deep. Ishmael's got it there. He's pinned to the end board by Bjorn Lervik. Now it comes around to the left wing side. Stark gets in there. His pass didn't get anything on it, really. It gets broken up, but then the Jackets get it back as Kagawa steals. Gives to Ishmael. He's pinned to the right wing half boards, and the Olis go to relieve the pressure. Jackets are able to hold the zone. Now it is going to come out to neutral ice. Backing up a little bit, making the play, Tyler Ryder. Kagawa knocks that one down. Circles back inside his own line. Now he's going to retreat all the way behind his goal. Passes to Ryder on the left wing, and Ryder just gunned that one rink wide. About shin high, it comes all the way down. That's an icing call, and Coach McKenna is telling Ryder exactly what I was thinking. There was nobody there. Play it to the open guy on the left wing boards there.
Yeah, I think he had some better options. But anyway, a good first minute for UWS, playing almost the entire minute in the St. Olaf zone.
Some really good work down below the goal line and along the walls. Face-off is going to be to the right of Kobe Grant. That one's going to split the defense on the St. Olaf line and come back down to their zone. Now it comes back up the left side, and Sean Walsh dumps it into Yellow Jacket territory. Ryder gets there first. He'll rim it around the left wing. Stark tries to pitch that out. It's not going to go. Second attempt does. Kagawa now at center. Across the St. Olaf line. Whiffs on the pass. Really picked up by Gunnar Johnson. Johnson pinned to the boards. It's going to get worked free. Simon Pollock has it now. Puck comes down behind the St. Olaf net. Yellow Jackets steal the clearing attempt. This is Cade Shea behind the goal now. Shea out front for Kagawa, and the shot got blocked from the bottom of the right circle. Now Kagawa has it back on the right wing board. Spins off the check, Kagawa does. It's loose behind the St. Olaf net. Reed Stark's got it there. He mishandles. Stays on the puck, however. Forces Camden Benson to curl back into the wall and play it back behind the net. Yellow Jackets will change all 5 skaters as the Olis come up ice, and they'll dump that one in. It's going to get high on the glass and come all the way around. Takes a wicked hop in that right wing corner. Settles down behind the net. Liam Whitehouse has it. Pace is furious through the first 2.5 minutes of this one. No score here from Westman Arena. In the right wing side, this is Austin Paul for the Yellow Jackets. He'll go high off the glass and into the seating area, and that will result in a defensive zone face-off for the Yellow Jackets. 17:25 to play, first period. Yellow Jackets and St. Olaf scoreless from Westman Arena in Superior. John Garver and Jason Rowan with you on this Saturday night. Just getting it cranked up. It's been a successful Saturday for the Yellow Jackets. More on that as we get through the broadcast, and plenty of time for it because as of right now, picture's only begun here at Westman Arena. Face off to Grant's right. It's controlled by the Jackets. Wrapped around to the left wing for Carson Riddle. Riddle gets it out to neutral ice. Austin Paul in to help him out. Then he gets drilled into the turnbuckle. Puck picked up at the blue line. Holmes up the middle. Riddle tips it in. Paul chases it down. In the right wing corner, St. Olaf territory. Rasmussen wraps it around. Soccer style at the left point. Holmes holds the zone, but then Austin Paul gets knocked down. And the puck rolls off his stick to center ice. Whitehouse quickly sends it back the other way with Paul on the right wing. Then Rasmussen knocks his man down as the Jackets dump it back in. They will change as the Olis regroup behind their net. Connor Kaltoff moves that one up the right wing. Another wicked hop off the boards as it goes over the stick of Jonathan Panisa, and that's going to be an icing call on St. Olaf.
Olis come out looking for that long stretch pass early. Have connected on a few, but missed connections on that one, and it led to another icing.
Face-off will be back in the St. Olaf zone to the right of goaltender Thomas Lalonde. Native of Montreal, Quebec. I've been there, you've been there, fantastic city.
Yeah, love it. One of my favorite places to visit.
You didn't like the bagels, though.
The bagels weren't so good.
Too doughy?
I think the bagels were fine. It was just that my tastes aren't refined toward that Montreal-style bagel.
You prefer the Americanized bagel, I think.
I think so.
You know, freezer section of your grocery store, throw in the toaster for a minute and a half, and away you go. Puck dumped down into the Yellow Jacket zone. Now that we've settled the great bagel debate. Justin Dauphiné. Nice little backhand pass ahead. Trey Sauter on the left wing. Goes rink wide looking for Gavin Watt. Dauphiné, a returner from the lineup last night. Watt and Sauter, new players in the lineup, so new bookends for Justin Dauphiné today. Across the Yellow Jacket line they come. Panisa on the left wing. Feeds it into the high slot. The shot taken by Lervik misses wide. Now behind the net, this is Brennan. Samuel Brennan, freshman out of Eau Claire. Spent the last few seasons with the Granite City Lumberjacks. Jackets try to clear, it's not going to come out. Watt steps into his man. Panisa's able to get it on the backhand and play it down low. Behind the net, Bergstrom. Dusty Bergstrom for the Yellow Jackets. Sends it ahead on the left wing, Sauter. Met by Sean Walsh in the neutral zone. Now it comes back the other way, broken up nicely by Roosevelt. And he'll come back the other direction. Roosevelt gets to the line. Plays it to the right wing corner. Nickerson giving chase. Danziger down there as well. Looked at the big man today and said, 6 minutes? Kind of looked at me and said, you know, there's another one in there. Probably could have been 8. Ryder at the line, able to hold, but then it's swept off the stick of Nickerson. It comes to neutral ice as we pass the 5-minute mark of this opening period. Yellow Jackets and St. Olaf scoreless. Puck into the St. Olaf zone again. Pace has not let down at all here in the opening 5 minutes. Now from the high slot, a shot by Nickerson goes wide. Picked up by Ishmael. He circles the net. Ishmael in the right circle. Feeds up top. Wrist shot by Ryder. The save, rebound is right there in the goal crease. Nobody in a gold sweater can get to that puck, and that'll be cleared back out into the neutral zone. Ryder ahead for Ishmael. He'll settle it down. Waits for his reinforcements to come off the bench. Sends that one ahead, trying to spring Stark behind the D, but the Ole is able to break that one up. Now it's going to be Danziger on the right. Matt Danziger, sophomore out of Potomac, Maryland, sends it in. Knocked down, back in transition, quickly come the Oles. Eric Brown on the left wing sends it deep. Evan Axel there first. His clearing attempt is going to be intercepted on the right wing boards. Now it's down low. Comes back up top. Stick handling it. Taking a long shot. Oh boy, that name's going to be a killer. Panayiotis Efremidis. I'm going to do my best on that one, folks. Now Iki Kagawa, a little bit easier for me to say, has it on the right wing. His pass out of the reach of Stark, and that's going to be icing on the Yellow Jackets.
That whole sequence for St. Olaf there started with Danziger partially fanning on his dump in and ending up putting it right on the stick of an Ole's player, which led to some quick transition back the other way. Jackets had a good look, but when they didn't get that dump deep into the zone, it ended up coming back at them fast.
Face off to Grant's right, 13:44 to go here. First period, quick shot off the face-off from the left circle by Kalijah McElroy. Save Grant. Now it comes up to the point. A shot save made again by Grant, as now the Oles are beginning to apply the pressure. On the left wing side, Tyler Green spins from a check, carries behind the net. Green has it in the right circle, all the way up to the right point. Now he'll cycle it back down low. McElroy along the end boards, pressured there by Danziger. Kate Shea in to help out as the puck comes to the left wing corner. Green has it, left half board here for St. Olaf. Green carries down behind the net, tried to center, looking for the defenseman Camden Benson coming down from the point. And then the centering pass intercepted and covered by Kobe Grant, and that'll be it for that line. They're going to take a break.
Matthew Pointer, senior left wing for St. Olaf, spent that entire shift standing on the crease, in the crease, poking the Jackets goaltender with his stick. He was getting as close as he possibly could, creating as much contact as he possibly could without getting called for it.
That's just smart play then.
Yeah.
Left wing corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Now it's played behind the net. Quick centering pass and a shot. Save made by Grant. Rebound kicks right back up the slot. Hickok with a shot from the high slot. Save made by Grant. So after having not seen a shot for 5 or 6 minutes, Kobe Grant has seen 5 in about the last 40 seconds. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, Bergstrom goes to the backhand. Great hop off the glass. Definitely a membership bounce there. It comes to neutral. Played down on into the zone by Carson Riddle. Hickok's got it here. Now it's played down. Riddle, right circle. Passes up for Rasmussen, and that one's going to be played back down into the Yellow Jacket territory. Austin Paul on the right wing dumps it in. Picked up behind the net by Nick Hatton. Hatton for the Oles has it taken away from him on the left side by Paul. Now Paul wrestled off the puck. It comes up to the blue line. Shot by Bergstrom, blocked in front. Brennan from the right point pitches down. And it's going to be played back up on the left wing boards as we pass the 8-minute mark of this opening period. Yellow Jackets and Oles scoreless. It's going to be played up the right wing boards to neutral ice for Sean Walsh. Now Jackets get it back. Gavin Watt across the line. Watt gets away from a man, takes the shot, it goes off a leg, in on goal, and the save made by Lalonde. And then that's going to be cleared back out into the neutral zone for Brennan. Over to the left wing boards, Dauphiné. He's going to flip that one down on goal. Lalonde makes the save, and he elects to hold on. Face-off coming in the St. Olaf zone.
Good chance for the Jackets there. Dusty Bergstrom drove to the net, and that puck hit his toe and was redirected on goal. Tricky save there for Lalonde. Jackets with an offensive zone face-off here. Dauphiné on to take the draw on the left side. Wins it for the Jackets. Puck goes into the corner now.
Goalies are going to clear that one out to neutral ice and come all the way down, and that will result in icing. And a face-off coming back in St. Olaf territory. A little bit of a conversation on where they wanted that face-off. I mean, typically it's not that hard of a question. This one will be to the right of Lalonde, controlled by, looked like the Jackets almost won it, but then the Oles got to the puck and cleared it. Jackets drive it right back in, and Oles will tip it out. From the neutral zone, Watt rifles it over the top of the net. Sauter on the left wing, native of Swan River, Manitoba. Had it, got it to Dauphiné, but now the Oles will come away with it and carry to center. Watt steps into a couple of players and is able to break up that rush, but the Oles chip it past him now. Karasik comes across the line and takes a shot, and that catches Sean Hauser. That's how far off the mark that shot was. Caught the referee standing off the net.
Right in the inner thigh. He got stung by that one.
Yeah, he's wincing out there pretty good. Yellow Jackets from center. Watt sends it in. Oles come right back out with it here. Ephraimitis across the Yellow Jacket line. Ephraimitis in the left circle. Jackets break it up, and they'll flip that back to the neutral zone. Penalty coming. It's going to be on the home team here, so Lalonde will head to the bench. Yellow Jackets touch up, and the first power play of the evening is going to go to our friends from St. Olaf.
Logan Nickerson making his way to the box here for UWS. Hooking is the indication.
9:39, the time of that penalty on Logan Nickerson. First power play will go to St. Olaf, as we mentioned, 9.1% with the man advantage coming into the game here. Yellow Jacket PK at an even 100. Oles win the draw. It comes to center. Roosevelt takes off shorthanded. Daniel Roosevelt on left wing gets stapled to the boards by Connor Kaltoff. And the Oles will retreat the eye in their net with the puck. Kaltoff comes out with it here. Connor Kaltoff drops it off at center following the play. Green plays it to the left wing. Panisa's got it there, up top Kaltoff. Over for Green, he walks it into the right circle. Now he'll curl back toward the boards. Up top Kaltoff, Panisa left circle. Back over to the right circle, Green the one-timer, the save is made. Rebound up the slot, and Ishmael will pounce on that and send it all the way down. Yellow Jackets able to change all four killers.
Ole's running a power play with 4 forwards and only 1 defenseman, and that 1 defenseman is the very offensively skilled Connor Kaltoff.
He's got the puck right now and comes to neutral ice, drops it off. Weaving through traffic into the zone, Pointer. Matthew Pointer goes behind the Yellow Jacket net, carries up the right side, feeds it to the point, Gunnar Johnson. Over to the left side, Hat hits the brakes at the hash marks, blows a tire, but is able to still play the puck down low. Now the Jackets intercept. And Carson Riddle will get on the backhand and pitchfork that all the way down. 40 seconds left in the minor penalty to Nickerson. 9 minutes to play first period, no score. At center, this is Gunnar Johnson dropping that one off for Hatton. He throws it over on the right side, for Pointer. Now it comes back across Hatton, left circle, takes the shot, he hit the post. He hit it square too, you can hear it all the way up here. He had Grant beat short side, but rings the iron, and now the Jackets able to clear it out. Puck comes back down into the Yellow Jacket zone. Grant out to set it up behind the net. Whitehouse feeds Holmes, and he'll send that all the way down as the final 5 seconds will tick off the penalty. Good penalty kill by the Yellow Jackets there.
Continuing a trend from last night.
In the neutral zone. Good play there by the Jackets. Ryder to break up the rush. Ole's play it right back. Now the Jackets again regain control. And Kagawa dumps it into St. Olaf territory as we pass the 12-minute mark of this first period. Yellow Jackets and Ole scoreless. Right wing corner, St. Olaf zone. Lervik's got it. Lervik pinned to the boards, coming out with it here, Leahy. And he will carry it to center as a 3-on-2 develops. Now a 2-on-2 as the third peeled off for a line change. Now the Jackets are able to get back in full force. Puck played free into the right circle now. That's going to be a penalty. Oh, it's not. They didn't call that. Okay. Reed Stark got the stick in the skates and took a guy down. I was expecting the arm to go up. Across the Yellow Jacket line they come. A shot taken from the right circle by Tyler Cooper, and the save is made. Got some good wood on that one. Loose puck in the slot. Backhand shot through the circles is blocked. Karasik with the shot, and they score. It was only a matter of time, because the Oles had some really good offense going there.
Yeah, it started with that initial shot that handcuffed Kobe Grant a little bit. The Oles continued to press, maintain possession of the puck, got some good chances in tight, finally flipped the shot and it just barely crawled across the goal line. The Jackets tried to fish it out before it got all the way across, but the referees were right on the spot to make the call there.
It was, I was watching the goal light, and it took forever for that goal light to come on, but the referee was in position. He pointed right away. And the Oles have moved in front here with 7:15 to go in the first period. Jackets win the face-off. Evan Axel dumps it in.
For St. Olaf was number 2, Pavel Karasik. He got an assist from number 28, Tyler Cooper. Karasik from
Cooper. And just like last night, the Jackets find themselves behind. At the top of the right circle in the St. Olaf zone, Axel with a shot that goes wide. Rasmussen on the left wing. Plays it deep for Austin Paul. Ball for the Jackets, throws it toward the net, actually goes behind, comes up the right side. Axel able to hold. Gets it to Riddle. His pass up to the blue line for Rasmussen had way too much on it. Rasmussen got a skate on it, but it just ricocheted away from him. Now the puck's played back down here into the Yellow Jacket zone. Bergstrom will hop out and start the rush. Across the red, he dumps it in. Comes all the way around. Sauter on the right wing. Sends it back behind the St. Olaf net. Dauphiné into the end boards. In to help out as Watt. He gets knocked down. Penalty coming on St. Olaf, as they're going to go and get Tyler Green for a cross-check. He came in 100 miles an hour on Watt and threw one into the lower back. So it's going to be a power play here for the Yellow Jackets.
Golden opportunity here for the Jackets to get the equalizer, the man advantage, and get that first power play goal of the year.
13:54 the time. Cross-checking the call on Tyler Green. By the way, that goal by Karasik, his second of the season, that one at the 12:45 mark, putting St. Olaf in front. And a reminder that if you're a Yellow Jacket fan looking for great team gear, visit our Yellow Jacket Sideline store. Browse all the current styles of Yellow Jacket apparel and accessories, including the same Under Armour gear the Yellow Jackets wear. Find the Yellow Jacket Sideline store at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop.
So if you were with us for the pregame show, you heard that St. Olaf already has 3 games under their belt. This is their 4th game. So interesting matchup here with a team that's opening its first weekend of play and playing just its 2nd game against a team that's had an opportunity to work out some of the kinks a little bit.
Right, yeah, and you definitely saw some of the kinks in the Yellow Jacket game last night. I mean, we talked to Brian Meisner after the game, and he was not shy about it. Yeah, there's things we need to do better, and we talked to Coach McKenna in the pregame, and he wasn't shy about it. So probably an advantage for the one team to be able to have that extra week of play.
And some tough battles, too.
No, that's what I mean. They got smacked around pretty good by 2 good teams last week. You know, St. Norbert's a nationally ranked team. They beat Eau Claire last night, who's a nationally ranked team. I think it's a pretty good indication of how good St. Olaf is. Puck gets past Riddle at the right point. That's going to come all the way down the ice. Yellow Jackets will regroup. Bergstrom and Riddle. Rasmussen, Shea, and Watt on the power play. Up the right wing. Rasmussen dumps it in. It comes around. Shea on the left side. He gets pinned to the boards. Riddle in to help out. Puck was loose, however, and that'll be sent all the way down the ice. Jackets will regroup and go 200 feet. Dusty Bergstrom. Over to Rasmussen on the right wing. And he slowed up just a little bit at the line, or before the line, I should say, and that kind of pulled everybody else offside.
Gavin Watt lurking below the blue line there until the last moment, then floated up above it, but it's just a little too much traffic there, and somebody got trapped inside.
Riddle has it for the Yellow Jackets now, feeds that one over to Bergstrom left side. He'll curl all the way back inside his own blue line, then move it up the left wing to Watt. Watt banks it off the board. Shea picks it up left side. Shea takes a chop, and he looked to be wounded for a second there. Watt in to help out. Now Shea falls down, gets back up, has the puck on his stick, then loses it. And that'll be sent all the way down the ice. Grant quickly plays that one ahead. Jackets had to get back on side, and Gavin Watt was caught too far behind the play. He couldn't get back outside the blue line, so offside on the Yellow Jackets. I imagine that's going to come all the way down because the origination of the pass was the goaltender.
Right, yeah, good heads-up play by Kobe Grant, looking to try to start some quick transition there, but unfortunately the Jackets were in the midst of trying to escape the zone, and Watt was offside. Long discussion now with the officials trying to decide where.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna say right outside the line, so standard offside, I guess.
A good break for UWS.
51 seconds left in the power play. No shots on net for this power play as of yet. Jackets win the draw. Axel carries it across the line and sends it deep. Bouncing puck below the goal line. Look at the wicked hop that thing took. I mean, that's a baseball style bounce there. Wish I could get my approach shots to bounce that way. Roosevelt dumps it in. Check that now, Roosevelt. Kagawa dumps it in. 19, not 9. It comes around to the left wing side. Axel left point. Right circle, Kagawa. Back up top for Axel. One-timer. That's its traffic in front and goes to the right wing side where Kagawa's got it. Iki Kagawa leaving it there. Axel, right circle, takes the shot. Glove save Lalonde. He'll hold on. I think that one was going to go wide, but he'll snuff out that threat immediately and just hold on to it.
Yeah, some tired players, tired brains there. Taking basically a nothing shot. Not exactly what you want to do on the power play in that situation, but they were also looking to get off the ice, so that gave them the means of escape.
Face off to the left of Lalonde. 11 seconds left in the power play. 4:16 to go here. First period, 1-0 St. Olaf. Whitehouse right point. Over to Holmes. Top of the left circle. Snaps it off and a save Lalonde. Kick that rebound to the left corner. Just beyond Reed Stark. And it's going to be picked up and dumped. That'll be icing. Yeah, they didn't get the center line there. One more stride would have had it. But instead he didn't get the line. Icing called. Face-off coming. Back in the St. Olaf zone. was thinking about Gavin Watt here today, actually, when I saw he was in the lineup. And he's kind of an interesting story, as he played major junior hockey up in Canada, up in the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League. Had to sit out a year last year while he was at Adrian, and now he's eligible to play. But with the rule change this last week, major junior players now allowed to play college hockey without sitting out.
Still some speculation as to how that's going to affect the D3 level, though, versus the D1 level. Still working out some kinks in that as well.
I personally think it's going to work well for Division III because you're opening up the pool of major junior hockey players in Canada, the Canadian Hockey League. They're going to end up on some Division I rosters. And some of those players that are in Division I now are going to filter down into Division III. So I think the talent level in Division III is about to get an infusion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they're going to get an infusion of talent for sure. Would have doomed a guy like me.
Well, and that's a serious question, is what effect will it have on American players?
Right.
Because there was a pathway that provided a lot more opportunity for Americans exclusively, and now that door may be closing a little bit.
Gavin Watt plays it up to the right point. Brennan has his shot blocked. Ole's will clear. It gets past Brennan, and he missed the man too, and now it's a 2-on-1. But Bergstrom with a great job to get back and use the stick to break up that pass. Shot comes from the right circle, taken by Hickok, kicked away by Grant. Puck in the left wing corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Lusko behind the net, centering pass. Bergstrom intercepts. It's Dusty Bergstrom doing Dusty Bergstrom things on this shift. Dauphiné picks it up, and he's going to start the Jackets back. Mishandles at the line, and it's going to come right back into the zone. Danziger uses that reach to poke it free. Panisa now left circle, a shot. Grant makes the save. On the left side, Sauter chokes up and chips that to neutral. It comes back to the red line and is dumped into the Yellow Jacket zone. Crazy hop again off the end board. That one came to rest at the left side of the net. Now Nickerson's got it, and he's going to flip that ahead to center. Getting behind the defense on the left side, Roosevelt. Shifty move there to get away. Left wing corner, Roosevelt. Back behind the net, Nickerson's got it. Up top, Danziger, right point, walks, fires, stick save Lalone. No traffic in front of him, he made the stop. Danziger now sends it down low. Along the end boards. Roosevelt pinned to the wall. Nickerson in there as well. Some good jousting going on between him and Gunnar Johnson. Exchanging the lumber pretty good. Get that stick in his side. Let him know you're there. Behind the net, Roosevelt. Over to the left wing corner. He's pinned to the boards again. Coming out with it here, Tyler Green. On the back check, Ishmael trying to reach that puck, but Green gets away and comes to center. Green up the left wing, hits the brakes at the hash marks in the Yellow Jacket zone. Passes it behind the net. Ephraimitis has it now. He'll send that one up top. Lervik left point. Over to the right point for Hatton. That shot goes wide. It deflected back out front, but Danziger able to break up the play. Puck's behind the Yellow Jacket net. Pass to the left circle and a one-timer is going to be stopped by Grant, and the Jackets will clear to center. At the St. Olaf line, Hatton passes up the left for Pollock, who sends it in. Yellow Jackets are going to catch the Ole's in a line change here and head up ice. Austin Paul went to dump it in and got blocked. He gets it back. Feeds to the left side. Riddle. Left circle shot saved Lalone. Puck loose left side of the goal. Paul coming in there. Riddle as well, but the puck ends up in the corner. Blake Holmes feeds it down left corner. Paul works it on the goal line. Tried to get it behind the net for Riddle, but that wasn't going to go, and we have less than a minute to play here now in this first period. And then we'll take a stoppage in play as that one got up into the penalty box. Heads up over there, Kalen Garner.
Lots of bouncing and rolling pucks in this one tonight. That one hit the goaltender and climbed right up him. Almost rolled up over his shoulder.
I question how frozen they are.
Yeah, they look like they're hot. They look really bouncy, like extra bouncy.
Face off to the left or right of Lalone, with 49 seconds to go in the period. Controlled by St. Olaf. Gunnar Johnson tried to clear. Jackets intercept. Paul tried the backhand shot. Jump ball in front of the net. Captain Benson's going to get it and play to the right corner. Now Carson Riddle pokes it behind the net. Paul giving chase. He wraps up with Gunnar Johnson. It comes back behind the net. And it's going to be cleared out into the neutral zone. Now back the other way. The pass out of the reach of Austin Paul. Had to do an awkward turn because he had to tag up, so the Oles will come away with that puck and carry it to center. Benson across the red line, dumps it in. Whitehouse picks it up behind the net and starts it up ice. Under 10 seconds to go here in this opening period as the Yellow Jackets control. Paul crosses the red line, he throws it in. Gavin Rasmussen trips over the blue line. And then St. Olaf's Bjorn Lervik went hard into the end boards. He lost an edge too.
Gets himself up.
Gets himself up and is going to gingerly make his way to the locker room. And that'll do it for period number 1. Yellow Jackets outshot by St. Olaf 12-9. Good start, lull in the middle, pretty good finish.
Yeah, Ole's definitely had the better of the scoring chances, but UWS was competitive throughout the period, had its moments. Love to get that power play going, still a work in progress there. Hopefully something can click here over the next 2 periods.
Pavel Karasik with the only goal of the first period, that coming at 12:45. And after 20 minutes, St. Olaf leads the Yellow Jackets 1-0. We'll take a timeout and come back with our first intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. Part 2 of my Where Are They Now with former Yellow Jacket Colton Bates. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. It's a little bit different ballgame. You're no longer the student, because it's a little bit easier to get across the border and establish yourself as a student on the student visa and all that. So obviously, if you were to come back this direction and looking to do something professionally down here, a little bit different ballgame that you're going to have to play, right?
Absolutely. It's as everyone knows, there's visa struggles with everything, and I think for me, like, I've got a pretty good situation sorted out, and there's certain requirements that I have to get to, and a big one for me is personal achievements, right? And so every year I'm in Winkler, I'm going to make sure I can do everything I can to give us the best chance to win and move guys on, and hopefully represent Team Canada at some point down the line. Just doing things like that to help put me in a better spot to get down to the States here.
What is so special about Winkler? And I know I asked you this when I interviewed you in pre-games as a player, and I've asked other players who have come through Winkler. What's so special about that market? Because as far as teams in the Manitoba Junior Hockey League, draws incredibly well, produces players incredibly well. What is so special about that tiny town in southern Manitoba?
Let me tell you, the hair on my arm's still standing up, and I played there 10 years ago. So it's special. It's the community in general is unbelievable. I kid you not, Garves. I tell everyone this when I'm recruiting kids from Anaheim to wherever they come from, and when their families step foot in Winkler, it's booming right now. It's developing at a rate that's insane. There's no bad area in town. There's no, scummy area, so to say. They have 2 rinks. They built a brand new one 4 years ago. Our rink's getting a $23 million renovation here as we speak. So it's popping off right now, and I think the community support is unbelievable. Even I remember last year when we're in Game 4 of the finals, and I kid you not, Garves, I'm there at 3 o'clock and there's people standing outside the door already waiting to get in. And I'm like, this is crazy, you know? And I look out 30 minutes later and it's wrapped around the school, you know, a few blocks away. And I'm like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, these people are standing in the rain waiting to get to a hockey game. And the videos are unbelievable. So I think the support, like, you know, I coach with 3 ex-NHLers in Justin Fulk, Ryan White, and Eric Fair, and I kid you not, Garves, the amount of times we sat on the bench this year and would nudge each other and be like, listen to this. You can't even hear yourself think. You know, I could recall one time this year there was a whistle mid-play, and everyone just kept playing because it was so loud in there. And, I mean, for junior hockey, as you know, the Winkler Barn, everyone's kind of over top of you, and it's just unbelievable. So it's really hard to describe. Like I said, the hair's still standing up in my arms here. I love Winkler. I think it's just, when you talk about junior hockey, Winkler's the spot.
Yeah, I've always felt like it is the stereotypical or classic Canadian junior hockey barn. It was one of my favorite places to go, not just because it was probably the shortest trip in Manitoba, but one of my favorite places to go because the atmosphere was just so incredible all the time. It didn't matter if it was Saturday night or Tuesday afternoon. The atmosphere was incredible.
Absolutely. And I mean, even our player setup, like with some guys that get back over the years, our locker room is literally a college locker room. Guys have 24-hour access to the gym, locker room. Our side of things is the boys are so spoiled with their setup, and you know, every college coach that comes in sits there and goes, I can't believe these guys have that. I hope they understand how lucky they are, you know. So we're just really spoiled in Winkler. Like I said, it's obviously a market that's always good, and yeah, it's just been unbelievable.
It worked out well, too, because you guys went on a nice little run this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the biggest things for me, Garves, when I went back is, like everybody, right, your competitive nature, you want to win. And I think Winkler's always been a team that's, you know, sitting in that top 4 teams every single year, but, like, never winning. And for me, that always bothered me because I never got it done as a player. And when I went back, I talked to Coach Falk when we're going through the hiring process, and I just said, like, we're going to win, you know, and in my time here. And thankfully, we ended up winning in year 2, and it couldn't have happened in a better time. You know, like I said, we're going in Game 4 against Steinbach, our arch rivals. Sweep them at home in overtime, sold-out barn, last game in the old barn. It was a movie ending. So it was incredible to finally get over that 28-year hump. It's been 28 years, believe it or not, since Winkler's won.
Wow.
So that was a big one. And, yeah, like I said, obviously for us now, it's making sure that happens again and a lot sooner.
So you talked again about 28 years since you've had the win. Winkler finally got back to it. Talk to me about that Centennial Cup experience.
Yeah, so after that, we rallied the guys, and let me tell you, it's a weird feeling when you win and, you know, you celebrate for a couple of days, and all of a sudden you got to be practicing in 2 days and trying to explain to the boys your season's still going, you know, and especially, like I said, with the way it ended, having 3 locals on the team. So then we headed to Oakville, Ontario after that, and played off against the best teams in Canada, and that was an incredible experience. Just, like I said, you get exposed to a lot of different things, right? There's NHL scouts there consistently. There's every school in the country, and you're playing the best of the best in Canada in a tournament format, and, you know, it was on Olympic ice, too, so on the coaching side of it, it made it a lot more interesting on the preparation and systems and styles and things you wanted to play. And as you know, when you're with 10 teams there ain't no practicing secrets. So
right.
You kind of have to be dialed in when you get there.
Now, from a scouting standpoint, you have a very strong allegiance to Winkler. You also do some work bird dogging for the Waterloo Blackhawks in the United States Hockey League. 2 different leagues, 2 different countries. 1, how do you balance that? 2, how easy is it for you to, how do you not watch a kid play and go, well, I could tell Waterloo about him, but I really want him in Winkler, or vice versa?
That's a great question, Garves. Actually, so yeah, it's tough. It's tough juggling it all, but they got such an incredible staff there, and I think, you know, the USHL is in such a great spot, and it's such an elite league right now. They have guys all over North America working for them too, right? So for me, my area is more specific in Manitoba and less asked to watch somebody else. But for me, like, if I watch those guys, or maybe they're my own guys, it's just about moving guys on, right? That's what we sign up for, even though selfishly it'd be nice to maybe keep them off the radar or have them around a bit longer. I just wouldn't sleep very good at night if that's what we did. And I think that's something that I love about our staff, is for us moving guys on. It's the most important thing, and giving them the opportunity to play in a league like the USHL, or maybe just even going to camp there and getting a commitment, are great avenues that a lot of, again, people in Western Canada or the Midwest don't really understand. So yeah, it can be a grind at times, but I think it's more importantly for us just having that mindset of making sure we can do everything we can to move these guys on and help their future is important.
Like to hear that. As a former Waterloo Blackhawk myself, I absolutely love to hear that. Obviously, coaches, people who are in management, you are judged by wins and losses, and that's, coaches lose jobs because they don't win. But for people at the junior level, there's another piece to that, and you talked about it twice in that last answer, moving players on. So talk to me a little bit about the success that you've been able to have moving these players on to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. So last year was year 3 of taking over the program with Coach Falk, and he's done an incredible job. And I think, as anyone in the hockey world knows, it takes time to, prove why your guys or why your program we should watch. And there's so many good leagues and so many players to watch, right? And I think after the last 3 years, what teams have figured out is the guys you're getting out of our program are ready for the next level. Having the coaching staff that we have, these guys are prepared as it gets. We constantly are making sure, they're playing with more pace or whatever the situation may be, giving them every single possible, advice we can or option to develop. And I think that for these guys, moving them on, like this past year we had 5 and 1 NHL development camp. And a big part of that is 1 winning, because it puts you on the national stage where everyone's watching. And the other side of it is coaches now know what they're getting, right? And I think that's very important. You got to be honest, and for us, these guys have been putting in the work. For example, this year we had a kid that had 4 points as an 18-year-old. And as everyone knows, that's a pretty tough start to junior hockey. And he made a choice. He had to go to work or hang him up. And he went to work and had a good 19-year-old year, and came in this year and put up like 55 goals with playoffs and Centennial Cup, and ended up committing to North Dakota and Pittsburgh Penguin development camp, right? So for us, having those options for him to develop and work with Ryan White and Eric Fair after practice, and just in general, Coach Falk and the day-to-day, the value he gives, he's a champion at every level himself. So there's so much knowledge, whether it be on ice or off ice, that you can take if you want. And, like I said, we moved 5 guys on this year with 1 NHL development camp, and those guys are clearly drinking the punch, and hopefully there's many more to come.
For KUWS Radio Sports and Where Are They Now, I'm John Garver. Always good to catch up with former Yellow Jackets, and Colton Bates, even though he's more of a recent alumnus, one of my all-time favorite players that we had come through here. And frankly, he was probably one of the best interviews, too. He's a very well-spoken young man, and I think it didn't come up in this part. It was in part 1. The interesting thing about Colton was he was the guy he was the late commit. I don't know if school's really my thing. I'll come down a year, maybe 2, and give it a shot. And then he gets down here and goes, all right, this is good hockey. That's a lot of fun. I'm going to stick around. He ends up graduating from here. So he wasn't even sure he was going to play more than 1 year, ends up getting his degree. So that's one of those great stories.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fantastic story, and really what it's all about with college hockey, particularly at the Division III level, and fun to see him going on and contributing in new ways in hockey after that experience he had at UWS.
Yeah, and he was part of a group. He went down, Superior South, Birmingham, Alabama, because I feel like most of our players right now are, when they're going pro to the Southern Pro League, they're going down there. He went down there and he played his part of his season in pro hockey, and then it was like, no, I want to get going into the other parts of the game here. He really came to enjoy the management side of things and decided, I'm gonna make this jump now. So, and he's been up in Winkler for a couple of years, and I know he's hoping to eventually get down here to the United States. He's got some potential coaching options in junior hockey. He's got some potential options in college hockey. So, all the best to a good guy, Colton Bates. Hopefully it all works out for him.
Absolutely.
Speaking of all the best, we would be remiss if we didn't give a great big happy 44th anniversary to Rich and Siobhan McKenna. Coach McKenna's mom and dad celebrating a wedding anniversary today out in Greenwood Lake, New York. So happy anniversary to the McKennas. Hope it's going better than the first period did here. And maybe some of that good anniversary magic can find its way here, and the Jackets could have a good second period like they did last night. Elsewhere around the WIAC right now, after one period in River Falls, the Falcons have a 1-0 lead over Gustavus. Stout has a 2-0 lead over Hamlin. Bethel and Eau Claire scoreless after one period in Eau Claire. Stevens Point and St. Mary's tied 1-1.
Frustrating weekend for Eau Claire so far, not finding the back of the net.
Yeah, it's definitely not the weekend I think they probably thought, but at the same time, I look at it and go, well, you know, they've got plenty of time, you know, so I imagine they're going to be just fine, you know, and frankly, you know, they'll probably figure it out right before they play us.
It seems to be the way it goes sometimes.
It seems like it's always how it is with them. You know, they'll be scuffling a little bit. I mean, it happened here a few years ago, I remember. They were just miserable. They were having a horrible stretch. They came in here for 2. We beat them on Friday night. And Saturday night they won, and they didn't lose again.
It was the springboard.
They ended up winning like 17 in a row or something like that. And it's like, of course, you know, you're welcome. You got healthy against us.
We were the elixir.
Gosh. Hate when we're the elixir. Both teams back on the ice here for the start of the second period. Yellow Jackets' Kobe Grant will defend the goal to our right. He made 11 saves in that opening frame. Jackets going right to left at the other end. Thomas Lalonde made 9 stops, and most of them were not of the difficult variety. Kobe Grant had much more in terms of point-blank opportunities, grade A's, if you will, shots from the house, and it seemed like he had an abundance of traffic in front of him. Meanwhile, at the other end, we looked at the shot chart, and frankly, it's like a donut. There's a great big hole in the middle where the grade A opportunities would exist.
Yeah, the Jackets just not getting to that dangerous scoring area nearly enough so far in this one.
Fresh 20 on the clock. Jackets right to left here in the second period, and we're underway. Jackets win the faceoff. Picked up by Bergstrom. He pushes up the left wing for Roosevelt, who got it across the St. Olaf line, but the Oles are going to immediately come back on the attack. And as they go to dump it in, it finds the foot of Evan Axel and then promptly finds the St. Olaf bench. And we promptly hear Sweet Home Alabama.
Quick whistle, just 12 seconds in.
Face-off just outside the St. Olaf blue line. It's controlled by the Yellow Jacket, or Jacket blue line, excuse me. Jackets move it up the right side. Nickerson now for Ishmael. It goes underneath his stick. Icing waved off. Roosevelt now left corner. Up top, left point Bergstrom. Right point Axel. Walks, fires, blocked. Comes to the left wing corner. Nickerson cycles it down for Ishmael. Back up the boards for Nickerson. That gets worked free. Ole's clear to center, but a great job to intercept and play it back in by Dusty Bergstrom. Ole's quickly come back in transition again, and across the red line, Wyatt Hickok dumps it into Yellow Jacket territory. Tyler Ryder's got it here, rink wide on the left, Roosevelt. He picks up speed. Roosevelt gets it to the left corner, St. Olaf territory. He's pinned to the boards there in to help out Lusko. Jackets come away with it though, centering pass up front. Ishmael sandwiched between a couple of defenders. Never could get to that loose puck, and the Oles will clear. With speed, Panisa tries to get around Matthew Danziger, but it's awfully difficult to get around that wingspan. Right wing corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Danziger right there. The long wingspan gets the arms around the guy and then able to poke it away, but the Oles get the puck. Comes up to the line. Jackets can't clear. It's Panisa again. Now they'll clear, but that unfortunately is going to result in an icing call as the Oles Gunnar Johnson wins the race to the puck.
Yeah, because of his size, Danziger was able to maintain body position while still being able to reach around the player and play the puck. It's definitely an asset for sure.
Well, to be able to get it, to keep two hands on his stick and get his arms completely around the guy. I mean, the wingspan is incredible. frustrating for us shorter guys.
Speak for yourself.
Fair. You're I mean, granted, I'm 6'1". It's not like I'm tiny here by any means, but I'm dwarfed next to that guy.
Yeah, that's a lot of reach. 6'6" is a lot.
Oh, my.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's never a good sign when your scoreboard goes off. Hey, it's back on. I think they're having a scoreboard malfunction here. It looks like it might have just stopped running. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It stopped running at some point, but without them pushing any of the buttons.
So it's showing 19:04. All right, the game clock just reset on both sides. All right, here we go.
So it's going to be 20 minutes and change of a second period, I guess.
We like extra hockey. It's good.
If you get one in the last minute, consider it a gift.
Bonus.
Face off. You know, and the band did play Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is between periods. There you go. Shot from the right point, taken by Lervik, goes wide. The carom off the end board, scooped up by Grant.
Staccato start to the second period.
Yeah,
Lots
it
of whistles.
really is. That's what, 4 or 5 face-offs? We had 17 face-offs. So this is the 4th face-off already, and we're a minute and 4 seconds in. Reed Stark chips it past the defense. Got a little too much on it, though. Now it broken up. Following the play, Cade Shea, and he gets it down left corner, St. Olaf's zone. Good check to knock down the defender, Lervik. It comes free. Kagawa, left wing boards. Up top, Danziger takes the shot. It gets blocked. Watching the women's game today, Augsburg blocked a ton of shots, and we're seeing it here in the men's game as well. St. Olaf not afraid to sacrifice the body. Ryder fans on the pass as they tried to spring Stark up the left wing. Second attempt does find Stark. He'll slow it down just a hair and now go rink wide to the right wing where he's got Danziger. He crosses the red and dumps it in. Stark wins the race to the puck. Left corner. Behind the goal, Kagawa. Now for Cade Shea, who walks out on the backhand, and that defender got a stick on that and popped it into the right circle. Kagawa now, shifty as he is, gets away out front. Stark a shot, and that one's tipped over the top of the net. All that offense right there created by Iki Kagawa. And now we have too many men on the ice. Yellow Jackets snooze during the line change, and they will go shorthanded. That is a completely preventable penalty.
Very frustrated Yellow Jacket coaching staff now.
I was by no means a Hall of Fame level coach or anything. But if there's one thing that frustrated me, it was too many men on the ice penalties. Pay attention. Second power play of the evening here for St. Olaf. They are 0 for 1. Too many men on the ice. Time of the penalty, 2:07. It'll be served by Austin Paul. Goalies controlling the face-off in the Yellow Jacket zone. They play it all the way up. Green, right point. In the middle now, Kaltoff. Panisa on the left circle. Passes it down behind the net. Back to Panisa, left of the goal. Up top, Kaltoff, left circle. Right circle, a shot that's going to miss over the top of the net. Panisa on the left wing with a good puck retrieval there. Panisa. Great pass up top for Green, a shot. That's going to catch traffic in front. Panisa again on the left side. Jonathan Panisa. Up top, Kaltoff. Walks it to his right. Panisa in the left circle. Back up top for Kaltoff. Plays it to the bumper position. Lusko now down low. Jackets able to break up the play. That'll be cleared all the way down the ice. Both teams are going to use this time to change. Good quick puck movement. Good quick body movement there by the Oles in the first minute of that power play. At center, picking up speed. Pointer crosses the Yellow Jacket line. Collides with Dusty Bergstrom. Puck's right inside the Yellow Jacket blue line, and it'll be chipped back out of the zone by Riddle. Now Riddle runs over the defenseman with a good check in the neutral zone, but the Oles quickly pick that loose puck up and come back. Jackets left the zone without the puck, and they got him down low. It's Pointer for Hatton. A shot between the circles, misses wide right. Comes back up top quickly. Gunnar Johnson over to Hatton, left side. 25 to go in the power play. Stick handling in the high slot again. Gunnar Johnson gives that one off on the right wing. Back up top, Johnson over to Hatton, top of the left circle. He's going to carry it down to the left wing corner. Back up top again. Johnson. Pointer, right circle, takes the shot. He misses wide. Oh, it just had a little too much on it as Paul comes out of the penalty box. So the Jackets kill it off without even really leaving their zone. And here come the Olis again on the attack. McElroy across the line, drops it off, a steal by Kagawa, and it's 2-on-2 the other way. This is Cade Shea, comes across the line, leaves it for Stark. He'll give it back down low for Shea. Centering pass hits a skate. Trying to find Kagawa in front, and the Olis back the other way. Ephraimitis up the right wing. Jackets break it up, and they'll start Stark back the other way with a lane. Reed Stark picks up speed through center. Stark drives it to the net. He gets taken down, and the arm stays down as he was trying to work it to the net. Can't really tell if it was a trip there or not, but a good strong move to the net by Stark. And he was slow coming back to the bench. Jackets were offside. At any rate, they're now onside, and the puck is against the inboard behind their net. Shea's pass broken up again by St. Olaf as we pass the 5-minute mark of the second period. 1-0, the Olis have the lead. Danziger behind the goal. Passes that one up the right side. Kagawa tips it to the middle. Olis break it up and dump it back in. Ryder up the right wing. Kagawa telegraphed that one. Goes off of a skate. Now Ryder tries to settle the bouncing puck down. Easier said than done, especially on this night. He does settle it and wrap it around the right wing. Kagawa leaves for Danziger. He clears. Olis go to dump it in. Huge check in the neutral zone, and Sauter took a man down. Puck dumped back into the Yellow Jacket zone. He's going to come back around to the left wing side. Picked up here Trey Sauter. He's tied up as he tried to skate it out of the zone. He'll back it up for Danziger. The puck got up on end. He couldn't handle it now, but that long reach came in handy, and he poked it away from Jonathan Young. Now the puck takes a bounce off of the Zamboni door. Nearly came to the front of the net. Jackets break it up. Jackets on their heels 100% here in this second period. They've been chasing the game the entire frame. Shot from the left side of the net by Panisa is going to be grabbed by Grant and held. And we're going to get a face-off coming here in the Yellow Jackets zone. And I'm looking at assistant coach Brian Meisner staring at the sky going, my goodness.
Yeah, the only good news is that they haven't really given up many shots on goal during this time. Haven't had any possession of the puck, but they have been able to keep the Olis to the outside for the most part.
I mean, all that said, with a penalty kill in here, they've had one shot on goal the whole period.
Right.
We haven't had any, but St. Olaf's only had one shot. So I guess they're keeping their form a little bit there. Hatton to center for the Olis. He'll dump it in. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, Grant out. Later on to the right side, and Nickerson's going to clear. Foot race coming here between Lervik and Roosevelt. Roosevelt gets there. It's tipped past him. Bergstrom pinches down and holds. Gets past him, but Ishmael is able to get it back in the high slot. He passes it right onto the tape of a St. Olaf player, and they'll clear. Now on the left side, Green. 1-on-4 right now as the rest of his team is changing. But Green still has the puck. Carries all the way up to the right point, where now he'll circle back toward the boards. Passes it down low for Ephraimitis. Ephraimitis walks into the net. Grant the save. Green's got it back again in the right corner. It's like a game of keep away right now. Shot came up to the point. That one's going to go over the top of the net from Camden Benson. Brennan for the Jackets. Too many. That's too many, and they got it. All right.
Sorry, folks. All of us are amateur officials up here, I guess. But that was just really obvious.
That was so blatant. So I see your bench minor. And now the Yellow Jackets will have a chance with the man advantage.
Hopefully this can swing the momentum for UWS. As we've talked about, it's been very little possession. Jackets have had a really difficult time connecting on passes so far in this period as well. Going to need that to change here on the power play. Hopefully this is the antidote right now.
Too many men on the ice in St. Olaf. Time of the penalty, 7:23. Ephraimitis will serve it. And a reminder that this power play is sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. St. Olaf wins the face-off, and they will clear that over the head of Carson Riddle and all the way down. Bergstrom behind the net. On the right wing, he feeds Rasmussen. He crosses the red line, mishandles, and then chips it on the backhand into the St. Olaf zone. They whiff on the clearing attempt, but then it goes right to their guy, and he's able to hold the zone. Rasmussen right point, up top, Bergstrom. Left circle one-timer by Watt, tipped by the defense. Rasmussen right point, Riddle right circle. Up top, left point, Bergstrom. In the middle, Rasmussen, right circle, Riddle. Riddle all the way up to the blue line. Left point, Bergstrom. Feathers that one down low. Tried to go backdoor to Cade Shea. Defense got a piece of it, and then they send it all the way down the ice.
Jackets running a power play that's completely unlike St. Olaf. No net front presence so far.
Yeah, and they don't. The puck's not moving nearly as fast and as crisply as the St. Olaf power play did. Riddle behind the net. Plays it up top, pulling it off the boards. Holmes back to Riddle on the right wing. Up top, left point, Axel. Left circle now, Watt mishandles. Gets it back, 45 to go in the power play. Down low, Shea. Up top, Watt. Saucer pass across for Kagawa going to the net, and that one just misses. Really nice feed there by Watt to see Kagawa coming off the bench. 30 seconds left in the power play as Ishmael circles his net and starts up the right side with it here. Drops it off for Holmes. Over to Axel. And you're going to turn that one over. Eric Brown for St. Olaf. Back behind the net. Yellow Jackets regaining control here. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Austin Paul up the left wing. Got it to the St. Olaf line, but no further. Jackets intercept the clearing pass. On the right side, Holmes. Has it right circle. Leaves for Kagawa. Up top, one-timer. Axel, he scores! What a rocket from Evan Axel up high. Beats the lone high, stick side, and we're tied.
Axel absolutely getting that one in the wheelhouse on the one-timer. Got every bit of it and sent a bullet into the top corner to even this game up. His first of the season, second of his career at UWS.
9:27 the time of it. First of the year for Evan Axel. Assist should go to Kagawa and Blake Holmes. We've been wrong before. We've been wrong this weekend, so we will see what the officials say. But absolute cannon from Evan Axel pulls the Yellow Jackets even. Malone out of his net, wraps it around the left wing boards. Pointer now to center. Passes that one ahead for Ephraimitis across the line.
For your Yellow Jackets, his first goal of the season and second of his career, number 21, Evan Axel. He got an assist on the goal from number 8, Blake Holmes, and number 19, Iki Kawaga.
Something like that.
Something like that. So at 9:27, of the second period, Evan Axel ties it up for the Yellow Jackets. So what have we harped on multiple times today, Jason? Shoot the puck. We finally did that. And traffic. For the first time tonight, I think the Yellow Jackets took a shot from long range and finally had traffic in front.
Yeah, and a great pass from Kagawa. They kept the puck alive. A pass that actually connected and was in the wheelhouse instead of being just a little bit forward or a little bit back on the player. Made the most of it. Great shot on goal. Got the equalizer. Now we'll see if UWS can build on that and gain some confidence the way that they did last night after they were able to score a goal. You could see them immediately just start playing with more confidence, more assertiveness. Hopefully we see that same thing here, especially in the offensive end going forward for UWS, which has kind of been out of sync up to that point. And my comment about the power plays being different wasn't necessarily a criticism of UWS. It was just that they were literally running a completely different type of power play. UWS was setting two players off to the side of the goal, where St. Olaf has clearly been running a power play that's really based on having heavy net front presence with one player parked right in the goalie's eyes.
And I was viewing it more of they move the puck quickly, the bodies move quickly, and we haven't necessarily been seeing that when we were on the man advantage. Puck is in the Yellow Jacket zone here. Axel wraps it around the right side. Austin Paul's got it there. Paul floats that one out to center. Riddle tips it into the zone. Bergstrom follows it up. It's chipped past him. Riddle able to hold it in the zone at the right point. Sends it down low. Rasmussen behind the net. Chops that to the left side. There was nobody there. Paul scrambles, is able to get to the puck. Then it's off his stick. And back the other way now come the Oles. Stolen in the neutral zone. And dumped right back in by Gavin Rasmussen. Riddle on the left wing. Wanted Paul in the corner, but it got blocked. More soccer style. That's pregame soccer by Blake Holmes has come in handy twice tonight. And now we know why they play it. Paul in the left circle, a shot. That went right through a defender's legs and was tipped over the top of the net. Snuck up on goaltender Lalonde. Now in the slot, a quick shot taken there by Whitehouse, and the save is made by Lalonde, and he'll hold on. And a good exchange there for the Yellow Jackets. Finishing up with a nice scoring opportunity in the house by Liam Whitehouse.
Yeah, a couple of excellent shots there. Last one almost snuck through on Lalonde. Good to see UWS with some sustained pressure.
Whitehouse right point, a shot save made low. Rebound right there for Stark, and he just pushed it wide. Now Stark on the left wing. Up top, Holmes left point fires. That catches a whole lot of traffic in front. Kagawa with a shot left circle. And the save made Lalonde. He's going to hold on to that.
So far, it's exactly what we saw yesterday. One goal, and UWS just immediately feels so much more confident, starts carrying the pace, taking the momentum here and running with it.
Kind of like Rocky IV. when Rocky finally cuts Ivan Drago, and his corner man is saying, "You cut him. He's bleeding. He's not a machine."
It can be done.
Kagawa on the left side. Dancing around in the circle, some good stick handling, feeds it down low for Shea, then his pass gets blocked. And the Oles are going to play it up the right side, chip it past Holmes. Holmes interferes with the player, arms stay down. And the Jackets come back 3-on-2. This is Cade Shea across the line. Shea into the slot, Kagawa. He got a man, caught him from behind, and then he fed the pass over. Penalty coming on the Oles. They're going to get the hook on Kagawa there, and the speed of Geeky Kagawa is what creates that power play.
Yeah, he's been the dominant species here over the last 3-4 minutes of this game, creating with his speed and his offensive ability, and he's created a power play for the Yellow Jackets here.
11:21 of the second period is the time of the penalty. Was the indication slashing or hooking?
I didn't see it.
I couldn't tell which one it was. And it looks like they're having a clock issue once again. You know, and it's nice that there's finally a scoreboard issue I don't have to worry about.
Shots now even, shots on goal anyway, even at 15 apiece according to the scoreboard.
Tony Leahy to the box for hooking or slashing, I'm not sure which one. And it's a power play for the Yellow Jackets here. Their third of the night. Power play sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power.
I think on all three, unfortunately, the Yellow Jackets have lost the opening faceoff.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. The penalty was for slashing, by the way. It's so key to win those faceoffs because you lose that opening draw and you lose 30 seconds. Rasmussen from the right point takes the shot. It misses wide. Shea on the rebound pokes it into the goal crease. And then that's going to send all the way down the ice.
Carson Riddle got absolutely exploded completely from behind with a vicious cross-check there. Got himself up. He's okay, but that one had to hurt.
Shea on the left wing plays it to the Olaf line. It's broken up there and sent back into the Yellow Jacket zone. Grant out of the net, sets it up behind the goal. Bergstrom throws that one ahead on the left wing for Watt. Watt into the middle now. Kagawa left circle. Again gets caught from behind, but manages to control the puck, or keep control of it, I should say. Comes down the left wing side. Kagawa feeds it over for Axel, fakes it in the right circle. Now he plays it behind the net. It comes off the end wall. Ishmael lets it go. Holmes at the left point, playing catch with Axel at the blue line. Watt, one-timer, he scores! What a rocket from the left circle by Gavin Watt! Power play goal, 2-1.
This was really an amazing sequence by Gavin Watt. The first great play he made was on the zone entry. He was pinched off with a defender on him, had to pick up a tricky puck off the boards and keep it alive and send it to a teammate. He handled it so deftly that it ended up being a smooth zone entry on a really tough puck for the Jackets. And then eventually the play comes back to him and he wires an absolute rocket into the top corner.
You know, the one-timer is a really difficult play, and oftentimes you see the player whiff on it and they give them a stop trying the one-timer. But when you connect with it, that was absolutely beautiful.
His first goal as a Yellow Jacket, number 18, Gavin Watt. He got an assist from number 8, Blake Holmes, and number 21, Evan Axel.
So the defensemen play catch on the blue line, and Watt finishes it off with a rocket. Jackets in front for the first time tonight, and that's icing on St. Olaf. 6:46 to go, second period. Jackets up 2-1.
And off the schneid on the power play.
There it is.
There it is.
Finally.
That's good. Got that out of the way.
I got to remember to check that off in the scorebook. Power play. Beautiful. Absolute cannon. So both these goals for the Yellow Jackets tonight, rockets of shots. And from longer range, too.
Yeah.
Nickerson blocks the clearing attempt, and his stick is broken in two. Back the other way, the Oles come. Picked up behind the net, Bergstrom. He goes high off the left wing glass to Roosevelt at center ice. His pass out of the reach of Nickerson. Clearing attempt broken up now. Ishmael has a couple of Oles converge on him following the play. Bergstrom, he'll fire it in. On the right side, Logan Nickerson's tied up in to help out Ishmael. Comes up to the blue line, bounces over the stick of Brennan. And the Jackets are going to be forced to regroup. Sam Brennan dumps it in from the left side. It rims around the boards. Watt on the right wing knocks down that bouncing puck. It comes back around to the left wing side. Dauphiné, haven't said his name a whole lot tonight. Got the puck, but now it's past him and out to neutral ice. All three forwards on one side of the ice. As the Oles are able to dump it in. Watt goes down, gets up wincing a little bit, but stays in the play as the puck is in the defensive zone.
Took a big slash from Tyler Cooper.
On the right wing side, the shot taken by Benson gets blocked in front. Right wing corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Whitehouse mauls Tyler Green in the right corner. Ephraimitis has it. He walks it into the slot. Ephraimitis for St. Olaf. Passes to the left side. Blake Holmes there to converge on the player. Gunnar Johnson along the wall. He'll come out with the puck. Rink wide feed for Sauter. Nifty move to get around Benson. Now one hand pass ahead. Dauphiné left circle takes the shot, and he crashes hard into the end boards at the end of that play. But he's right back on his feet, and back up ice they come. 5 minutes to go here in this second period. Now we get a whistle and an offside call. And we'll have a face-off outside the Yellow Jacket blue line. But Justin Dauphiné plays the game at such a high rate of speed. When you fall down and lose control of the body, you're going to go in hard. And that was a pretty big bang down there.
Yeah, definitely good to see him get up, be able to skate the length of the ice on the back check, and now with that whistle, getting an opportunity to get off the ice. Trainer checking on him, and he says, yeah, I'm all right.
Yellow Jackets control it now. Riddle on the left wing sends it in. Oles play it right back out. Evan Axel's got it here. He'll retreat behind his net. Goes up the right side, Paul had no idea where that puck was and realized it was no longer in his skates about 4 seconds after it got away. It was the look up in the air like, where did that puck go? Some wrestling going on at center ice between Tony Leahy and Austin Paul as the puck comes back into the Yellow Jacket zone. Axel wraps around. Again, that was too many. That time they even had 7 out there. They still have, my goodness. I mean, I'm all for trying to get your advantage here, but, you know, I have limits that way.
Yeah, St. Olaf is taking full advantage there.
You know, these officials typically will give you 5 feet coming to the bench roughly. Not that you can really gauge 5 feet, but they give you some distance. That, holy moly.
Are the benches at Westman deeper in the zones than anywhere else? Sorry, I set you up with a question. I'm just curious because it seems like both times it's happened, they've been trying to get players on the ice, and it's like so deep in the zone. That's why it's so obvious, because it's like they're getting off the bench and onto the ice, like right at the top of the circle.
Being that I haven't been in another building in 9 months, it's a really hard question for me to answer.
Got to call the engineers.
Come back to me again in February. Austin Paul behind the Olaf net. Wraparound attempt at the left side, and it's going to be covered up by Lalonde, and then he throws the blocker up into Austin Paul, who is not afraid to mix things up near the opposing team's net.
Definitely seeing the physicality increase after that second UWS goal. St. Olaf responded with a little more sandpaper in their game, and UWS has been right there to match it thus far. Good to see Austin Paul take a puck hard to the net. We talked about how in that first period UWS wasn't getting to the dirty areas in the offensive zone. Done a little better job of that here.
I'm curious to see the shot chart after 2 because they have done a little better job getting in tight. I don't think it's where we want it yet, but it's been better. In the slot, backhand shot by Stark. Blocked, and it trickles in on goal. Lalonde will cover that one up again.
Good face-off win there for the Jackets. I believe it was Cade Shea that took that one, so nice to be able to run something of a face-off play there by winning the draw and taking it right to the net by Reed Stark.
We'll do it again to the right of Lalonde. That one clean again. Stark on the left board. Gets it down to Kagawa left corner. He chips behind the net for Shea. Shea bumped off the play. Puck in the right wing corner now. Stark battling for it. Trying to get it from Kaltov. It comes up top. Danziger, a shot that's going to miss wide. And there's no way a rider is going to be able to hold that one in as it got up on the glass and rode the rail all the way around. Shea with a good job to use his body positioning. Gets the puck deep in the St. Olaf zone. Coming from behind the net. Headman pass by Johnson. Up the left wing. Across the line. Pointer tied up by Danziger. Jackets will clear as Stark gets a stick on it and tips it to the St. Olaf line. Now Hatton's got it there. Feeds that one ahead, and Karasik will dump it into the Yellow Jacket zone as we pass the 17-minute mark of period number 2. 2-1 Yellow Jackets. Up top now, Lervik from the right point. That shot skips just wide. Hatton pitches down. He tried to center. Jackets block. Behind the net now, Eric Brown. Brown for St. Olaf comes out with it. Leaves it down low. Lervik carries behind the net. Tried to force that one in front. The Yellow Jackets block. Clearing attempt by Shea. Held in at the line by Hatton. Comes over now for Cooper on the right wing, and then he throws a shot into Cade Shea as they exchange pleasantries. Kagawa with the steal, and he's going to finesse that to the neutral zone, but not nearly far enough. Jackets aren't going to be able to change. Dump in gets away from Grant, comes all the way around. Now the Jackets regain control. Good shot there to knock the man off the play by Roosevelt. However, Ephremitis comes back with the puck once again. All the way up to the line. His pass comes to neutral ice. St. Olaf will tag up, and they'll dump it right back in. Ephremitis on the left. Carries behind the net. Under 2 to play here, second period. Jackets up 2-1.
This Jacket defensive pair has been out there quite a while.
It shows. It shows. The big man's laboring a little bit. In the right corner, Walsh carries behind. Wraparound attempt stopped by Grant. Roosevelt chipped it away from the defender, but he didn't have enough room to make a play, and it stays in the zone again. Ephremitis leaving it down low for Leahy. That one's going to come all around. Kaltov at the right point. He'll send it back down low. Ishmael's got it. He plays it up the left side, and Roosevelt gets a stick on it, tips it out. Has a good English on it to keep it from going the distance, and they can at least change the defense pairing. Kaltov has it for St. Olaf. Plays it to the middle now. Gunnar Johnson. Johnson carries up the middle and dumps it in. Blake Holmes, who's got 2 assists so far tonight, sends it to center. Riddle able to knock that one down. Puck bouncing around just inside the line with under a minute to go, second period. Blake Holmes again. Goes off the right wing glass. Nice play by Rasmussen. Feeds Riddle left side. Carson Riddle across the line. Fires and just missed that low wide right. Now on the right side. Held in by Whitehouse. Rasmussen got dumped in front of the net. Gets back up. Misses the check in the left corner, and the puck comes to neutral ice. Jackets tag up. Panisa on the right wing. Dumps it into the Yellow Jacket zone. Comes down low. Now Riddle's got it. He'll flip that off the glass out to neutral ice. Lervik gets it back and dumps it back in. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, Whitehouse. St. Olaf pulls back. Whitehouse will sit there all day if you let him. And now Holmes has it. They'll go off the glass out to the neutral zone. Riddle dumps it in. Austin Paul gives chase, picks it up left side. Wired that one after the buzzer. And I'm wondering if the Jackets are going to start the third period shorthanded here now. That wasn't a very smart play by Austin Paul.
No, but in his defense, I felt like he was protecting himself because if he didn't do it, the St. Olaf player was going to do it to him.
No, I mean shooting the puck after the whistle.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was close. I mean, it was after, but yeah.
The cross-check, I understand. That was absolutely self-defense.
Yeah.
But self-inflicted self-defense, I guess.
It feels like the officials, for the most part, have let these teams play tonight. Particularly, we've seen it in the face-off circle, where last night they were very, very tight. Mm-hmm. Tonight, it seems like they've been a lot more lenient on the face-off activity. We'll see here, though, because they're having a discussion on this one.
I was talking with assistant coach Paul Bittner before the game today, and he said, have you ever seen so many guys getting tossed out of face-off circles? And, I said, but you go back to when I was playing, that just happened. You go in, you went in too fast with the stick, all right, you're out. Someone else is coming in here now. Then they went to hold the whole warning thing, and all right, there's your first warning, now you got to play it straight. And they're not used to this anymore.
Right, yeah. I mean, as a center, if you're taking the draw and you have the opportunity to get by with just a warning, I mean, it's almost the case of if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Right. Exactly. No, you're exactly
right. So they've
right.
gotten used to that mentality, and now they're going to have to change that mentality.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'd have to look at the rule, because that's a new rule this year. I'd have to look at the rule and see if they have – because at one time it was supposed to be, all right, I'm tossed out, you come in to take the draw. If you commit an infraction, now there's a penalty. I haven't seen that in a long time, so I don't know for sure if there's anything – along that way. If you're going to just start tossing guys out the warning, then you're putting people in a position to maybe not be so, Right. Yeah. 2 periods in the books here at Westman Arena. Yellow Jackets have a 2-1 lead over St. Olaf. We'll take a timeout and come back with our second intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, right after this. You're listening to Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We're back at Westman Arena. It's our second intermission, and as always, the second intermission is sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. Yellow Jackets with a 2-1 lead after 40 minutes. So this one tonight, Jason Roan, kind of following that same script as last night. Jackets give up the first goal, claw their way back, have the 1-goal lead heading into the third period. And you mentioned it, that goal woke them up. And they were a completely different team after Evan Axel scored.
Yeah, came out with a lot more confidence at that point, started making plays, generating more sustained pressure. It was the wake-up call they needed and led to a really good second half of the second period for UWS.
Yeah, because there were a handful of players that were really, really good in the second half of that second period. Daniel Roosevelt has been noticeable. Gavin Watt's been great. Reed Stark had a couple shifts in there where he was really, really good. Dusty Bergstrom is Dusty Bergstrom. There's some guys playing really well in the second half.
Yeah, it was a great response by UWS, and hopefully they can sustain that into the third period here and finish this off.
St. Olaf had the 1-0 lead after the first period of play, getting the goal at 12:45 of the second period. Tell her to start the clock, please.
We're getting a little extra dose of intermission now. We don't like that necessarily.
I'm okay with having the extra dose of intermission, but you need to start the clock because the referees are going to come out here and go, "Oh man, you need to run that thing." So at any rate, 1-0 Ole's after one. Yellow Jackets came back and finally got that goal that they needed at 9:27 of the second period. Evan Axel scoring a long-range bomb from the blue line, beating goaltender Lalone high on the gloves, or on the stick side rather. So he got that thing up in the air through a lot of traffic and over the far shoulder. Great shot.
Yeah, absolutely perfect shot. Pass was right in his wheelhouse from Kagawa, and he absolutely hammered it into the top corner to tie the game.
First goal of the season for him, second of his career. Assists going to Iki Kagawa and Blake Holmes. 9:27, 1-1 the score. Then the Yellow Jackets convert on a power play. 12:45 was the time of the goal. You talked about it. You described it perfectly, starting with the zone entry. Talk about it.
Yeah, it was a tricky zone entry for the Yellow Jackets. Gavin Watt was on the left boards right around the blue line, and he had a really tight space. There's a defender closing in on him, and he had to play a puck that I think bounced off the edge of the boards, and he had to do something, very skillful and deft with what was a really tight angle and a touchy puck. He ended up being able to tip that thing across to his teammate, keep it alive on what was a really tricky play. So that started the play with the zone entry, and then he finished it later.
Yeah, and you hear me make anybody who's new to a Yellow Jacket broadcast, when we are playing at home, you're going to hear me make reference a lot to the boards here, because the boards in this building are about as bad for bounces as you'll see anywhere. And there's a certain element of the boards, I'm not going to get into it here, but creates the reason why you don't really see a true bounce. You don't see a lot of teams try to make an indirect pass because it hits and then it'll flip in the air, or the puck will flutter, or it'll just pick up speed and skip right past you. You don't see that in a lot of other buildings. You'll see guys intentionally shoot the puck wide because it'll carry them off the end boards, have a nice true hop out front, and then you get yourself a nice shot on net that way. Can't do that here. So him being able to make that play on the zone entry was really, really impressive because of the way the puck always comes off the boards here. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so then, they get in the zone, move the puck around, get a couple chances, and then Watt finds himself in the left circle, ready to just tee up a one-timer, and he absolutely ripped it. Just, again, another perfect one-timer. The puck was right in his wheelhouse. He made no mistake, got the Yellow Jackets a lead.
You know, and the other thing I really liked about, I love the fact you finally saw a guy get all of a one-timer. The velocity on it was incredible. They're lucky there's a net there because that thing would have kept rising. But he went high, short side. Whether or not he was picking that, I don't know. I'll have to ask him maybe in the pregame next week. But that window, for the people, the triangle you're aiming at is so small to get over that goalie's shoulder. It have about enough room for a puck and nothing else. He picked it perfectly.
And as you talked about, these guys make the one-timers look easy, but they're not easy. It takes a lot of practice. Everything's got to be in rhythm. The puck's got to be sent to you in the right spot.
Yep.
It's not easy, and it's a pretty thing and a dangerous thing when it all comes together like it did there.
Absolutely. First collegiate goal for Gavin Watt, the assist of Blake Holmes and Evan Axel. 12:45 of the second period. The time Jackets move in front 2-1. And from then on, they carried the play in the second period and finally had St. Olaf on its heels for a while.
Yeah, that was the best chunk of hockey from then on that we saw out of the Yellow Jackets. They scored those 2 goals and really controlled the play over the last half of that period.
Shots on goal in the second period. The Yellow Jackets had 8 for a 2-period total of 17. St. Olaf had just 6 for a 2-period total of 18. And I think probably in the last 10 minutes, 1 or 2. They didn't have any extended zone time or any kind of even quality scoring chance.
Right, and even earlier in the period, we talked about how on that Yellow Jacket penalty kill, how they didn't have the puck a whole lot, obviously, but they did minimize the number of shots against. There were a few that missed the mark, a few that just stayed to the outside, a few that were blocked. So yeah, not a lot of shots for St. Olaf in that second period. credit to UWS for, being in lanes, blocking some shots, and then finally just carrying the offense over the last half of the period.
Penalties in the game so far. The Yellow Jackets have taken 2 penalties for 4 minutes. St. Olaf has taken 4 penalties for 8 minutes. 4th one came at the end of the period as Pavel Karasik gets called for boarding, and I don't know where the boarding was.
Right, neither of us saw it. So this will be a mystery to us until we can review the tape.
So the Jackets will have their 4th power play of the hockey game commencing at the start of this 3rd period with a golden opportunity to get some breathing room and potentially, put them further on their heels.
Right, and then obviously coming out with the fresh ice as well, that can sometimes be an advantage for a power play. The big key, one thing we've talked about, is every power play the Jackets have had so far.
Win the draw!
Right, they lose that opening draw, and it really hurts. Now, this one's a little different because it'll obviously be at center ice instead of in the offensive zone. Still helpful to control that draw and be able to control the clock and not lose that 15 to 20 seconds trying to retrieve the puck. So we'll see if UWS can come out here and win that opening draw and be able to assert themselves right away on this power play.
Yeah, Coach McKenna talks about that a lot, how you get that power play, the momentum is yours, then you promptly lose a face-off, and then you have to come 200 feet, and it's 20 seconds. And with the way that teams kind of run their power plays now, they don't always go back with a sense of urgency to get the puck and get back up as fast as they can. They take their time coming back, they make sure everybody's exactly where they want it, and then they have a very structured breakout in zone entry. So you don't always have the team sprint back as fast as you can, which makes that maybe it was 15, 20 seconds. It could be 30, 35 seconds.
It's true. One thing we see tonight, though, with Kobe Grant in goal for UWS, he's a little more comfortable coming out and playing the puck as opposed to Boschert last night.
Right.
Just differences in goalies, and that is one place where that can help you, is having a goalie who's a little more inclined to come out on those long clearing passes on when the other team's killing the penalty, and maybe be able to come out there, intercept that puck, fire a puck back up the ice, and start the transition back a little quicker. So it's an advantage with having Grant in goal, and each goaltender brings his own talents and his own advantages, and that's one difference between Grant versus Boschert.
Power plays in the game. St. Olaf 0 for 2 currently. The Yellow Jackets are 1 for 3, and as we just mentioned, they'll have a full 2 minutes on the man advantage to start period number 3. Jackets with a 2-1 lead. After 40 minutes of play, it's our second intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll take a break and come back with more of our intermission programming right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. At Westman Arena, second intermission sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. About 6 minutes away from the start of the 3rd period. Yellow Jackets with a 2-1 lead. Excuse me, after 40 minutes. Elsewhere around the WIAC, midway through the 2nd period, River Falls has a 3-1 lead over Gustavus. Now, I was telling Coach McKenna before the game tonight, too, that River Falls, I think, is better than people think. And I know last year I think they were picked to finish 4th or 5th in the preseason poll, and they ended up, I think, 3rd. And they're a better team than people give them credit for, and I think they're even better this year. I think they're going to surprise some folks. They got a really good club there. Stout is leading Hamlin 4-0. After 2 periods at Eau Claire, the Blue Golds and Bethel scoreless. Shots 18-15 favoring Bethel. So from the I didn't see that one coming department. And then after 2 periods at KB Willett Arena, Stevens Point, a 4-3 lead over St. Mary's. So the Pointers scoring some goals here, but they're also giving up a few goals too. They got absolutely torched in the season opener that I was listening to against Aurora. They were down in a tournament in Dubuque. And at one point, it was, I think, 5 or 6-0.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I had to text the radio guy and go, Sean, what's going on? So, yeah, they got a little lead there now, though, 4-3. And that would a win tonight for them. That would put them at 3-1 on the season. Big day for Yellow Jacket Athletics, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. It's been a busy day on campus. We'll recap all of it real quickly. Yellow Jacket men's soccer started things off, and they defeated Bethany Lutheran 6-2 in the UMAC championship match. So Coach Joe Mooney's team will win its 8th consecutive Upper Midwest Athletic Conference Tournament championship, and they will now settle in for the selection show on Monday and find out where they will be going and who they will be playing. So congratulations to the men's soccer team. Women's soccer advances to the NCAA tournament as well by way of a 4-0 win over Bethany Lutheran. 4th consecutive tournament championship for Coach Allison DeGroat and her team, so congratulations there. They will also settle into the selection show on Monday, and it's great because that means we're going to have subs and chicken wings for lunch in the department that day. Always good stuff.
Yeah.
So congratulations to both Yellow Jacket soccer teams, and happy for one of my favorite all-time players, Nia Wilson, the all-time leading scorer. Her final game in her hometown of Superior on the turf at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, and she did net 1 more goal. So awfully happy for Nia that she was able to go out like that in her final home game. I know that meant a lot to her. Yellow Jacket men's basketball closed out the Merrill Thompson Classic today with an 82-54 win over St. Olaf. Very balanced attack by the Yellow Jackets as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 players scored at least 1 point. Every player on the roster got in the game. Leading the way for the Yellow Jackets, Javon Walker, he had 14. Also had 3 rebounds and a couple of steals. 13 points for Reed Johnson. It looks like the 3-point shooting, not too bad, but almost 60% shooting for the Yellow Jackets today, so a pretty good run for Coach Greg Polkowski. Nice bounce back from the game against Marion last night. The Yellow Jacket women's hockey team, they couldn't bring it back after the big win last night. They fall to Augsburg here at home 6-0. And then volleyball closed out the regular season with a 5-set win on the road over Bethany Lutheran. They will go into the UMAC tournament this week as the number 2 seed. They'll be home on Wednesday to play Minnesota Morris in the semifinal, and that is one game you'll be able to hear live on 91.3 KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. And I have to check with them, but I'm guessing the big sound Matt Johnson will be on lead vocals there. If not, then it's going to be me.
You can handle it.
Oh, I've done a handful of volleyball games this year already, man. So
I'd rather call it on the radio than have to do stat crew for it.
Oh. And the new stat program is so nice. The days of stat crew, for people who don't know what we're talking about, the universal statistical program in college sports for many, many, many years was called Stat Crew. A program developed, a DOS program developed in the 80s, and up until a couple of years ago, it was still the go-to program. And still a DOS program from the 80s. They didn't change it ever.
It was very retro.
They'd make you buy the new version of it every year, but they didn't change it. And the new version, they'd be like, oh, we updated. Okay, you put a comma in somewhere, and that was your update. And Stat Crew for volleyball was the hardest thing ever.
Yeah, some sports were more difficult than others, and volleyball tended to be at the top of the list.
Volleyball moves so quickly, and you had to call the action, basically you call a color for the jersey, the action, and the number. So it would be like black 14 dig, black 13 set, black 12 attack. And trying to do all that really fast was really, really hard.
Meanwhile, all 3 of those things happened in the course of about 2 seconds.
Yes, so you're really having to work your way through that.
Only to be followed by red 26 block.
Yes. continue.
Yes.
Black 15 dig.
Yes.
So now the new program is all color. So you're just going blue, 13, 12, 11, white, 13, 12, 11. It's way faster, way easier. And, yeah, stack group volleyball, worst thing ever. I never did football. I imagine football is also difficult, and I've heard some horror stories about college lacrosse because there's so many different statistics with the possession and all that stuff that you have to do. So, anyway, enough of the hashtag SID problems. Both teams back on the ice here for the third period. The Yellow Jackets about to start their fourth power play of the hockey game, courtesy of Pavel Karasik's boarding penalty at the 20-minute mark of the second period. So 5-on-4 for the Yellow Jackets, who in the gold sweaters will be attacking left to right. Gavin Watt, Cade Shea, Carson Riddle, Dusty Bergstrom, and Gavin Rasmussen on the ice. Jackets lose the faceoff.
And Kobe Grant comes out to play it, just as we called it.
And you have to go 200 feet up the right wing boards. Rasmussen dumps it in. This power play sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. Bergstrom up top. Rasmussen shot blocked. And that'll carry him back out into the neutral zone. Bergstrom feeds it up to Watt, who tries to go rink wide. And then St. Olaf player gets a stick on that. It nicks the top of the glass. And it becomes a souvenir.
Unfortunate shot block for UWS there. Rasmussen had a nice look set up with Cade Shea camped right in the goalie's eyes. If that could have got through, I think it would have been a challenging one to handle.
So we're back to the center face-off circle. Yellow Jackets lose the draw. Goalie sent all the way down. Kobe Grant out.
Crazy hop off the boards. You're checking off everything on the bingo card.
Your bingo card is on fire right now if you just been listening to us. Up the right side, Rasmussen dumps it in, giving chase. Riddle, picked up there by Kaltoff. He went to clear. It's not going to go. Held in. Left point, Bergstrom. In the middle now, Rasmussen. Right circle, Riddle. Minute to go in the power play here. Rasmussen at the right point, in the middle for Riddle. Bergstrom takes the shot. It got blocked. Riddle on the loose puck, feeds it up top. Rasmussen, Bergstrom. One-timer. What a rocket and a save by Lalonde as he came over again and got this stick on that and deflected it up into the netting. So the first one-timer, not a fluke apparently. He can flat out shoot it.
Yeah, that was another one that was just hammered, labeled for that top corner. And Lalonde, only being 5'9", not a tall goaltender, so there is some room up over that shoulder if you can hit it.
Face-off to his right, 54 seconds left in the power play. Goalies win the face-off and go to clear. It comes off the skate of Cade Shea and goes right to a St. Olaf player, but Grant comes out aggressively and is able to clear. Cade Shea sets it up, drops it back for Bergstrom. Now Shea's got it again. Stick handles around one man. Loses the handle on it in the neutral zone, and the Oles will dump it back in. So this has not been an ideal start to the power play. Let's see if the Jackets can do something here following the line change. 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Axel, Holmes on the left, up the wing for Ishmael. He tips it in, giving chase. Hickok met there behind the net by Dauphiné, who's got it now, but he's wrapped up. Matthew Pointer picks up the loose puck. Ishmael able to take it away from him. Austin Paul feeds Ishmael, left circle, a shot. That one's going to catch traffic in front. Now it comes back up top for Holmes. Blake Holmes comes down behind the net. Dauphiné, right wing corner. Axel up top, settles the rolling puck down, takes the shot, it's blocked. Puck comes free left circle. Comes up top, a blast hits traffic in front. Deflects behind the net to Austin Paul. Now Ishmael whiffs on the one-timer in the left circle. And it's a 2-on-2 the other way for St. Olaf. They got a lane going right to the net. The shot, they missed that one high and wide. Breaks the Yellow Jackets out the other way. Up the right wing, Dauphiné carries down to the corner. Paul in to help out. Stripped to the puck by Lutzko. And back the other way now comes St. Olaf with numbers. Across the line, they dump it in. Bounces back behind the Yellow Jacket net. Tyler Ryder's got it. Up the left wing, tried to get Ishmael. He did get a stick on it. They waved that one off. It comes all the way down. Yellow Jackets will change personnel. On the left wing, Ephraimitis with a shot from the left circle. That clangs the iron, and that'll carry him all the way back down into St. Olaf territory as Benson gives chase, pressured by Reed Stark. Stark here on the right side, had it in the high slot. It was poke checked off his stick, and they'll play it back up the left wing, Ephraimitis. Ephraimitis on the left side, tried to center, broken up by Danziger. Trying to get the long stick free, but it was kind of wrapped up in the body of one of the Olaf forecheckers. Jackets go to clear, that's not going to leave again, and they're going to whistle the hand pass there. Face-off coming outside the Yellow Jacket blue line.
Second time tonight that St. Olaf has hit that post to the right of Kobe Grant. Grant would tell you that's just good positioning. Right where I need to be. This faceoff's going all the way back into the St. Olaf zone.
1 inch the other way, and he wouldn't have hit the net at all.
Yeah, exactly.
To quote Gordon Bombay. Actually, it was what? Adam Banks.
Adam Banks.
Speaking to Gordon Bombay. 16:34 to go here in the third. 2-1 Yellow Jackets. Up the left wing, Pollock takes the shot from left circle, misses, and that's going to carry him all the way back down the ice.
Pretty sure the Yellow Jackets have lost all 5 faceoffs in this period so far.
You are correct. At center, Dauphiné takes a man into the boards. So mark that down for practice this week. Work on faceoffs. And we got a penalty coming. It's going to be on the Olies.
Ooh.
Another power play for the Yellow Jackets.
Tough one, battling for the puck there. Trying to win it in the neutral zone. Never like to take a penalty in that situation. Definitely wasn't trying to cause an infraction, but nonetheless, Simon Pollock going to the box.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty.
Just trying to be hard on the puck.
Just a puck battle.
Yeah.
Just a puck battle, but at any rate, it's the 5th power play of the game for the Yellow Jackets. This power play sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. Jackets win the face-off. In the right circle, Riddle, a shot and a save made by Lalonde as that one snuck up in a hurry. Olies pounce on the loose puck and send it all the way down. There's the bad hop off the boards behind the net. Leahy along the end boards. Riddle takes it away from him and starts the Jackets the other direction. Riddle up the left wing across the red, flips it in. Bouncing puck right wing corner. Cade Shea gets there. Riddle in to help out. Rasmussen lurking. It's poked free behind the net. Lervik is going to carry it out and rifle it all the way down. Grant out of his net, sets it up. Dusty Bergstrom behind the goal, comes out with it. Moves it ahead on the left wing for Cade Shea. Drops it back Bergstrom. The junior from Pine City, Minnesota. Dumps it down into the St. Olaf zone. Clearing attempt knocked down on the right wing by Rasmussen. Skips past Watt behind the goal. And McElroy now sends it all the way down for St. Olaf. 1 minute gone in the power play here. As Kobe Grant passes that one around the left side for Ishmael. 5 minutes elapsed here, third period. Jackets leading 2-1. Up the right wing. Ishmael hits the brakes in the circle. Up top, one-timer. Whiffed on a little bit there by Axel. Now the puck is free on the right side. It's going to get past Axel at the point, and that'll come all the way down. .25 seconds left in the power play. Ishmael from behind the goal to Austin Paul on the right wing. Pass out of the reach of Ishmael, goes to the left corner. Dauphiné behind the net, Ishmael. Around the boards, up to the left point. Holmes, right point. Axel mishandles, gets it back. Goes down the boards. Ishmael right corner. Final seconds are going to tick off. Another power play by the boards. Yellow Jackets 1 for 5 with the man advantage here. At center, Ishmael. Have to think the next one's going to St. Olaf.
Yeah, probably.
Hate feeling that way, but it's usually how that goes. Roosevelt on the left wing. Tries to duck underneath the check, but his path taken away by Kolthoff. Roosevelt still has the puck. Goes down low looking for Paul. He got knocked down. And the Olies are going to carry it back. Benson. Camden Benson across the red. Long shot. Save made. Grant. Brennan on the rebound. Flips it high off the glass to center. Olies come back to neutral ice. Shade breaks it up. Olies regain control. Now Hatton dumps it in. Left wing corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Bergstrom played it up to the wing, but Nickerson couldn't clear. And then a long shot by Hatton. Gloved and held by Kobe Grant.
Not a bad time for a stoppage there.
Nope.
EWS looking to make the change, get some fresh troops on with 13-11 left in the third period, a 2-1 lead.
Across the bridge, your Bulldogs falling tonight to North Dakota 4-1.
Tough weekend for the Dogs.
So the Fighting Hawks gain the sweep at Amsoil.
Lots of North Dakota fans made the trip. Always nice to see them. Always an enthusiastic
They travel
bunch.
extremely well. Doesn't matter where the team is playing. I mean, there was even, I guess, a ton of green jerseys out of Cornell last weekend. The Big Reds swept North Dakota there. Puck in the high slot, Yellow Jacket zone. Passed over now. Panisa right circle. Pushes it back behind the goal to the left corner. Panisa now all the way up to the left point. Throws it to the line. Shot by Lervik, catches traffic in front.
Nice shot by Blake Holmes to get the block there with his feet.
He's had a nice game tonight. Puck behind the Yellow Jacket net, comes around to the right wing corner. Kaltoff there. His pass intercepted by Holmes. Holmes to clear up the left side, Riddle clears, wanted to change. That's a penalty. There it is it just cutting through the neutral zone. Tyler Cooper gets the skates knocked out from underneath him, and it's going to be a power play for the Oles.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. An easy call there for the officials.
7:48 the time.
St. Olaf will get its chance for the equalizer with the man advantage.
It'll be their third power play of the evening. You know, and I had somebody ask me, NHL guys dive a lot because the stick gets in there and they just automatically fall down. I said, you know how hard it is to skate when there's a stick between your feet?
That can opener is tough. Man, that takes down anybody.
It does. You know, so I mean, they get the stick in there and trying to make a play on the puck or whatever. It's really, really easy to take somebody's skates out, especially when you're moving at the rate of speed that these guys are. Me, I was just so slow, it was really easy just to kind of step out of it. Hatton at center here for St. Olaf, crosses the Jacket line on the left wing. He'll carry behind the net, separated from the puck beautifully by Bergstrom, and then he'll flip it out all in one motion. Good defensive play there by number 6. Hatton for St. Olaf. Over now to Pointer on the right wing. He drops that one off. It's going to be stolen by Ishmael. Ishmael now carries it up the left side. Suddenly a player just appeared off the bench, so rather than try to make a play, he just dumps it in. Nickerson ragging it in the right wing corner. 4 Oles in there pitchforking away, trying to dig it loose. Finally it's taken out by Panisa, and he'll pick up speed. Jonathan Panisa dumps it into the Yellow Jacket zone. Whitehouse gives chase, tips it past the defender. Rasmussen tried to choke up and chop that one out of the zone, but it doesn't go. Second attempt is going to go. That comes all the way down the ice. Yellow Jackets will change all 4 killers as Kaltoff comes out from behind his net. Kaltoff for St. Olaf. Across the Yellow Jacket line. Young on the left wing. Back up to the blue line. Riddle pressures. Ole's able to maintain control of the puck. Kaltoff's got it at the blue line again. Takes the shot through traffic. That hits his own player. Ends up in the right corner. Ole's regaining control again. Green plays it down low, but the Yellow Jackets will intercept, and that'll come all the way back down. Jackets will change all 4 killers as the Oles pick up speed at center with Kaltoff. On the left wing boards, Kaltoff plays it deep. Holmes gets there. Whiffed on the clearing attempt, but that actually worked to his advantage now because he's able to circle the net, find a lane, and make sure he can put it the distance. Time ticks off the penalty. Paul exits the sin bin, and we are back to 5 skaters apiece. Yellow Jackets 3 for 3 on the penalty kill.
A flawless night last night on the PK as well.
From behind his net, Gunnar Johnson starts it back the other way. Ephraimitis across the Yellow Jacket line. Comes free to Benson. A shot that goes off the crossbar. And then Karam's up into the netting. And we'll get a face-off coming here in the Yellow Jacket zone. So 3 posts tonight for the Oles. And it gives us an opportunity to ask, if you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets, get started and receive 200 points just for registering, 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. It reminds me I got to get my points.
Get your points, Sean. Kobe Grant, right where he needs to be again. Another puck, just barely catching some iron.
I earned 100 points.
Hey, well
there it
done.
is right
Yes.
there. That's what it looks like. Download the app, get your points.
Yeah. That's good TV.
It is.
We've added
That's
that
how
now.
you use that camera instead of getting me in a big old yawn last night.
We're working on stuff.
Another one, Nia Wilson, within 10 seconds of that yawn, texting me a picture of it.
Well, we're happy that you're
Holden
with
Law
us
sends me
tonight.
the video of it. My mother commented on it. I was watching the game last night. Were you tired? Obviously.
We've got a good crowd tuning in for this one tonight. I've seen Toronto so far. Probably have some Quebec so far. And certainly a few spots
There is
throughout the
definitely
US.
an Eastern Canadian flavor in this game tonight. So,
Happy to have you on board.
Bonjour. Bonjour from the Maritimes in Quebec. And the Yellow Jacket net, Kate Shea comes out with it. Shea pushes it over to Stark on the left wing. He's tied up on the play by Karasik. Puck behind the Yellow Jacket net, over to the right corner. Stark gets a stick on that. Tried to clear, but couldn't. Following the play, Shea does get it to neutral. And Kagawa battling for it, but he couldn't quite settle that thing down and get a stick on it. It's going to roll in on net. Stark is on the way, and he will make sure that Lalonde covers that and holds on.
Good bounce for the Jackets there as that came back into the zone off the St. Olaf player. So no need to check up to avoid the offside. And then it ended up on goal. So an offensive zone faceoff here for UWS.
Faceoffs haven't been great for the Jackets here in the third.
Gavin Rasmussen to take this one. He was their best faceoff player last night.
Nope.
I tried.
Benson behind his net, pressured by Dauphiné. Jackets gain control on the left wing, but then Rasmussen gets steamrolled. Back the other way come the Olis now. On the right side, Whitehouse giving chase. He gets wrapped up. He's looking at the referee going, I can't make a play on the puck when they literally pin my arms down. Now it's behind the Yellow Jacket net. Tyler Green centers it out front, one-timer, and oh, what a save there by Grant. I don't know if that was shoulder or headgear, but regardless, great save on the point-blank one-timer by Kobe Grant. Now the Jackets back the other way. Rasmussen up the right wing. Throws that one toward the front of the net. Broken up by the defenders. Now behind the goal, Dauphiné's got it. Up top, right point. Shot by Danziger gets blocked. Matthew Pointer had it for a moment, then he loses the handle on it. And the Olis are going to come back the other way. Cross the red, they dump it in, and they did not cross the red. So, boy, they usually give you a couple inches there too, but apparently tonight, no.
Great save from Kobe Grant there, much like we saw last night from Boschert saving his best for last in the third period. That was a game changer there.
Huge save from Kobe Grant.
Protecting that lead for UWS. A little discussion happening over here at the St. Olaf bench.
Head coach Eddie Effinger not happy on the icing call. Frankly, I don't blame him. I mean, we're basically right on the red line here. We have a great vantage point, and I thought for certain he got the red line. That's why I said gets the red and dumps it in.
Right.
Only to see the linesman's arm go up.
As noted.
My arm comes up. Game stops and starts up. For all you slapshot aficionados out there, you're welcome.
We've got some mellow tunes going on here. We're going to have a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to call a timeout. I mean, he milked it for as long as he could to get the rest, but apparently not enough of a rest. So the Olis will call the timeout.
And I did notice Chris Ishmael expressing some frustration to the officials. Like, hey, this should be to our advantage right now.
And it's not.
You're letting them delay this, and then they did delay it, and now have taken the timeout to kind of double down on that.
Do you ever wonder if it'll come to the point, because this obviously isn't the only team that's going to utilize a practice like that. I'm sure if Coach McKenna could, he would too.
Right.
Are they ever going to get to the point where the officials go, okay, that's enough, you just lost your timeout?
Right.
Because you basically just took it anyway.
Becomes like the other sports where you lose your challenge.
Yes, exactly. Can you imagine if they had challenge flags in
no thank you.
Division III hockey? I imagine that day is coming where they're going to require all the buildings to have the overhead cameras and everything so you can have replay.
It's awful.
I know.
saw it in Division II football this year, and it ruins what's a really good, refreshing product.
Yep.
A product where you don't have tons and tons of delays to review every play. I've gotten to the point where I'm over replay.
Yeah.
I'd rather go back to the way it used to be.
There's
going to
be
entertained.
human error. It's okay.
Let's go. I want to watch the game. I cannot stand seeing every play go to video review.
We're going to have a momentary review, or a momentary delay for a video review.
Unfortunately, far too often not momentary at all.
I mean, I remember when I first came to the NFL back in probably the late 80s, early 1990s, to date myself a little bit. And those replay delays took a long time. And then they just keep trying to think of ways to expand replay.
And particularly at the Division II and Division III level, you don't have the cameras to be able to do the job really well anyway. So why water down the sport with it?
Jackets win the face-off. A shot by Bergstrom, left point, misses wide. Axel fires it back down. It comes all the way around the boards to the left wing side. Bergstrom with a good pinch there to hold. Oles will get control now and flip that back the other way. Axel tried to kill Ishmael with that pass, and it's going to end up being an icing call. Axel kind of skates up and says, my bad, and Ishmael laughing at him goes, you're right, it is. Now I have to win a face-off.
In January, when it's colder outside, that'll be a puck breaker.
No, you got new pucks. They're not breaking anymore.
No more breaking pucks?
No.
All right.
Nope, that practice ended last year. I don't know what happened to that batch of pucks, but boy, I've never seen so many just disintegrate off of a pass. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, Axel's got it here. Tried to clear, it's knocked down at the left side of the net, loose in the goal crease, and then it gets swept away into the right wing corner. Ole's able to hold the zone at the right point. Puck pinballing around in the slot, and they're going to whistle a hand pass there. That'll slow the play down some. Going back to the replay, too. I mean, that's a big expense that I think a lot of Division II and III schools probably cannot afford. And you know fully well there's going to be some gamesmanship in there where all of a sudden, hey, you know what? Our camera just didn't happen to be on.
Didn't work, sorry.
You know, the technology didn't work and it turned off.
Right. Yeah, it's one thing in the NFL when they've got 17 of the most amazing cameras in the world and you can see whether the guy's nose hair crossed the line, but that's not the case with anybody at the D2 or D3 levels. You're not going to be able to do that. So even if you are going to video review, oftentimes it's going to be on a substandard kind of camera setup anyway. Yeah, it's better to just let the game be played and accept that there's going to be a human element to these calls.
They had to put 10 seconds back on the clock.
More bonus hockey.
More bonus hockey. Face-off controlled here by the Oles. It comes around behind the Yellow Jacket net. Whitehouse up the right wing. Kagawa to clear. Shea tried to chip it out and does. Oles at the red line. Left wing boards. Pointer dumps it back in. St. Olaf changing personnel here as the Yellow Jackets start the rush with Blake Holmes. Sidesteps a check. Passes that one between Shea and Stark. Stark catches up to it. Takes a shot. Oh, man, I thought Kagawa had the goal. I had the S-C-O and R out of my mouth, and I couldn't get the E. Kagawa on the doorstep.
That close.
Back the other way now. St. Olaf across the Yellow Jacket line. Tony Leahy, left circle. Goes down low. Fans on that. Jackets try to clear. It's not going to come out of the zone. Leahy again. No relation to former Yellow Jacket Kyle Leahy. I don't think. He was from way, way western Canada. Now they start up ice. Tyler Ryder up the left wing. His pass behind Riddle. Now Ephraimitis has it. Sidesteps to check at Danziger, but on the back check, a nice job to take that one away by Dauphiné. Justin Dauphiné loses the puck at the line. Jackets get it back with Rasmus, and he gets knocked down. Dauphiné on the right wing powers it back into the St. Olaf zone. They'll regroup. Benson up the right side. Flips it into the Yellow Jacket zone. Chasing it down, Dusty Bergstrom. Bergstrom for the Jackets behind his net for Brennan. Brennan has it poke checked off his stick. Now Brennan tried to clear it, hits the referee. He tries the other way, hits the referee.
It's been a tough
Sean
night.
Hauser's going different directions, and the puck is just following him. Behind the net, Brennan. Over to the right wing boards for Dauphiné. He'll start up now. Banks it off the wall, hits a player. Comes back inside the Yellow Jacket line. Bergstrom ahead for Riddle. He'll tip that one in and peel off for a change. Hatton for St. Olaf. Ahead at center, Karasik across the Yellow Jacket line. It's ridden off the play by Liam Whitehouse. 5.5 to go, third period, 2-1 Yellow Jackets. Ishmael tried to clear, it's held in. Dauphine's been on the ice for a few minutes. He could stand a change. Jackets got to clear their zone and keep it out of there. Behind the net. Blake Holmes wraps that one around. Picked up by Dauphine, and he plays it to the middle off the stick of Ishmael. Comes right back in. Yeah, that's going to be cleared back the other way and down into the St. Olaf zone. Jackets will start a line change here as we pass the 15-minute mark of the third period. 2-1 Yellow Jackets. Right wing corner now, Bergstrom. Pokes it up the boards. Roosevelt couldn't get a stick on it. Now a shot from the right point tipped wide by Axel. Comes back down behind the Yellow Jacket net again. Ollie's come out with it up top. Kaltoff at the left point. Over to the right point for Lerbeck. That shot got blocked by Roosevelt. He wants to get off the ice and wanted somebody else to clear the zone, so the puck just kind of sat there. Now Axel throws that up the right wing boards off a St. Olaf player, so there's no icing. And Ephremidis comes back the other way. Ephremidis, another native of Montreal. Left wing corner had it. Bergstrom able to get away with it for a moment. Now it's in the right wing circle. Comes to the front of the Yellow Jacket net. Stark gave it to Shea, but he couldn't get a handle on it. And then we get the whistle, and we have a penalty coming. I did not see who it's... I don't know who it's going to be on. I'm thinking it's on the Yellow Jackets, yeah.
Not sure if the signal may have been for hooking.
It's hooking. Hooking is the call. Logan Nickerson going to the box for the second time. Time of this penalty, 16:07. Fourth power play for St. Olaf, and this is a pretty critical juncture. Goalies have already utilized their timeout. Curious how long they're going to keep their goaltender in. Left wing corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Tyler Green up top. Kaltoff holds the point. Slides it back down. Panisa back up top. Kaltoff left point. Over to the right point, Green. Top of the left circle, the shot they scored. Kaltoff took the shot, it got deflected and floated over the glove of Kobe Grant. Power play goal for the Oles, and we're tied.
Tough break for the Jackets there. Lost another face-off in the defensive zone. Eventually ends up in a shot that changes direction off a UWS stick and goes over the glove of Kobe Grant to even this one up at 2-2.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one there. And the lack of the ability to win a face-off tonight is just killing this team. So the power play goal for the Oles ties it. First team to 3 wins. Puck dumped down into the Yellow Jacket zone.
20, Connor Katloff. He gets an assist from number 10, Tyler Green, and number 3, Ben Lusko.
So Lusko and Green the assists on the goal. Yeah, as he took that shot, the Jackets got a stick on it. It just kind of, you could read Made in Canada on the side of that puck as it was floating over the glove. So the Jackets now got to find a way to turn it back on as the Oles come back on the attack. Shot blocked by Bergstrom. It's loose left circle. They turn and fire, and that one hits the outside of the net as Leahy tried to go short side. All the momentum resting with the team in the black jerseys right now. Pollock, left circle, fans on the shot. Axel giving chase. He goes to clear, and that one gets up into the netting, and we're going to get a face-off here with 2:39 to go.
Whole new ball game here with 2:39 left. Jackets were trying to ride that one out, but now they're going to have to work for it.
St. Olaf has won 10 of 14 face-offs here in the third. I know we've been harping on it a lot tonight, but at some point we got to start winning some draws. Shot comes in from the left point. Grant made the save. Wasn't exactly sure where it was. Fortunately, it was underneath his pad. And no unnecessary movements there. Whitehouse for the Jackets goes high off the right wing glass. It comes all the way down. Picked up by Lervik. He'll throw that one up to the Yellow Jacket line. Holmes gets it there. Then his pass knocked down by Panisa. Puck flipped back into Yellow Jacket territory, and that'll get up into the netting and drop over the glass and out of play. Neutral zone faceoff coming with 2:17 to go. Yellow Jackets back in action Friday night. Mars Lakeview Arena in Duluth. The Yellow Jackets and the Saints. 7 o'clock face-off, 6:30 pregame show right here on 91.3 KUWS. Always an interesting place to call a game.
We'll be hanging out with everybody else.
Yes, we are. Right in the crowd. In the St. Olaf zone, Nickerson sends it behind the net. Roosevelt giving chase. Now Ishmael turns and fires. That catches traffic in front. And the Oles will come back to center. Axel breaks it up. Roosevelt on the right wing, goes across for Nickerson on the left. Nickerson into the St. Olaf zone, has it poke checked off his stick. Ishmael with the steal. Chris Ishmael now over to the right wing side. Curls back, throws it rink wide to the left. Riddle collides with the St. Olaf player, and they both go down hard. Riddle loses the headgear.
Had it peeled off him by that St. Olaf player.
He did, and that's kind of what he's saying here. Is
that could have been a penalty.
You know, we go down, he grabs my helmet and rips it off. He's having words with Ephraimitis. It's not going to result in anything except a stoppage and a face-off in the neutral zone with a 1:36 to go. Yellow Jackets and Oles tied 2-2 here at Westman Arena in Superior. Rasmussen to take the draw against Tony Leahy. Jackets win it. Whitehouse across the red, he dumps it in. It comes around to the left wing. Roosevelt's got it. Roosevelt left corner, knocked down by Lervik. Rasmussen in to help out. Now Roosevelt along the end boards, gets away from a check. Roosevelt pinned to the wall. Rasmussen in to help out. He's lumberjacking pretty good on that player, knocks him down, play continuing on. Puck in the right wing corner, Dauphiné taken hard into the boards by Tony Leahy. 1 minute to go here now in the third period. Yellow Jackets and Oles tied 2-2. And we look at the stoppage as the puck is underneath a pile of humanity in the right wing corner. Gunnar Johnson was the last one to get up off the pile. Face off in the St. Olaf zone with 55.9 seconds to play.
Jackets got to find that attack mindset here with an offensive zone face-off and less than a minute left.
Face-off is going to be to the left of Lalonde.
Rich McKenna has called his timeout.
Coach McKenna is going to utilize his timeout, and why not? You get one back in overtime, so there's no reason to keep it in your pocket.
Right.
Not a lot of shots this period. St. Olaf has only had 6. Yellow Jackets 3.
Yeah, I think it got to a point for UWS where they were very comfortable in that defensive mentality to just try to manage the game and kind of run that out. That's what I mean by saying they've really got to try to shift that mentality now and get back into an attacking mindset.
Well, and that's hard too, because once you turn that off, it's hard to turn that back on.
Right.
You know, and you see it sometimes with teams who build a lead early. Okay, we're up 3-0, we're up 4-0 at the end of one period. We got it. You relax a little bit, then it's 4-1, it's 4-2, and suddenly got to try to find a way to turn it back on. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
And so they maybe were in a little bit more of a defensive mindset there, and now they got to find a way to turn it back on because you're 55.9 seconds away from playing 3-on-3 fire wagon hockey.
Right. Be interesting to see what kind of play the Jackets draw up for this face-off, assuming they can win it. Obviously, they'll have a good opportunity to try to create the look they want if they can win this draw. If the lineup holds, it'll be Cade Shea taking the draw.
He's going to be flanked by Kagawa and Stark. Axel and Bergstrom on the blue line.
Kagawa
Face
directly
off
behind Shea here.
to the left of Lalonde. Jackets win the Never mind. A false start. Finally win a face-off.
And the false start was on St. Olaf. They kicked out the Ole player.
So Shea will have to do it again. And this time the Oles take the win. Axel at the right point, sends it deep. It comes behind the goal, Stark. Stark left corner. Wanted to push it for Shea down low. It's picked off. Hatton overskates the loose puck. Left wing corner again. Now the Oles come away with it here. 3-on-2 if they hurry, and they've got the 3-on-2 now across the line. Panisa shot. Save made by Grant. He didn't hold on to the puck, and it dropped right at the top of the goal crease. Again, no movement there, but unfortunately that time he didn't have the puck.
Right, yeah, it bounced off him and dropped right in front of him. While he was searching for it, there were a couple of players for St. Olaf driving the net, hunting for it. Dodging a bullet there are the Yellow Jackets.
Whew. My, oh my. Face off to Grant's right, 31.1 left on the clock here in the third. Ishmael to take the face off. I see Coach McKenna putting 2 centers on the ice here the last couple of shifts, so very aware of centers getting kicked out. At the left point, shot tipped in front, or tipped out high on the block. Floats in on goal, gloved by Grant.
That looked eerily similar to the game-time goal for the Oles.
The exact same thing I started thinking was, oh, great.
Shot from the point. Jackets do a good job getting a stick in the lane, but unfortunately end up just redirecting it past their goalie. This time not past Kobe Grant. He's able to make the glove save.
Ole's going for a late line change there. The referee says nope. Face off to Grant's right. 16.1 left on the clock. Jackets control it now. Rasmussen up the right wing, feeds it across for Roosevelt. Roosevelt mishandles just outside the St. Olaf line. Oles are going to flip that back to neutral. Knocked down with the glove by Blake Holmes. And the buzzer is going to sound, bringing period number 3 to a conclusion. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this season, we are going to overtime.
Well, probably as it should be tonight. Been a fairly even hockey game with both the Oles and the Yellow Jackets having their moments, having their segments of the game. Fairly even contest, and now, as you said, we'll have some fire wagon 3-on-3.
5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime of the sudden death variety. And we talked about this before, probably last year, obviously, but it's interesting how the overtime has changed. You remember when the NHL went 3-on-3, and it started out as the get the puck as fast as you can, try to hammer it in on that other team, find a way to get that really quick goal. Now it's a possession game.
Right.
Now you don't want to give the other team possession at all. You want to try to trap them on the ice because you got a long change here. You have to switch ends. So now it's all right, I don't see what I like. I'm going to curl it all the way back into my own zone and we'll try it again. And that doesn't work, we'll do it again.
Because the biggest threat is really what happens after the first shot.
Right.
If you don't score, it's the transition going the other way.
Yep.
Usually against only 1 or 2 players at that point.
Right.
It becomes the biggest threat.
Yes, so it's interesting how the overtime thinking has changed over the years and how 3-on-3 has evolved from fire wagon or actually more of a ram it down the other team's throat game into this possession game that turns into fire wagon, because as soon as you miss that first shot, they're coming back with numbers the other way.
To use a volleyball term, you really want to be terminal with your scoring chance.
Right.
You either want to score it or regroup with it and just maintain possession. That's right.
So the Jackets will be going from right to left here in the overtime. Ishmael, Bergstrom, Roosevelt will be attacking for the Yellow Jackets, we hope. Green, Koltov, and Jonathan Young for the Oles. 5 on the clock. We're tied at 2. Face-off controlled by St. Olaf. Jackets had it for a brief moment, but Roosevelt couldn't corral it. Now Koltov drops it off. Carrying it into center, Tyler Green. Green tried to split the D. There's a steal by Roosevelt. Over to Ishmael on the left wing side. So now it's the Yellow Jackets' turn to settle it down. Roosevelt flies to neutral, and he'll take the pass from Ishmael. He sends it ahead on the left wing. Bergstrom, it's out of his reach. And that's going to be, oh boy, they called icing on that. Dusty Bergstrom sure looked like he won the race to that puck. Ooh.
Close one. Clever play that the Jackets set up there with the two high players twisting and a little indirect pass. Almost worked.
4:29 to go in the overtime. 2-2 the score. Face off to Grant's left. Yellow Jackets control the draw. Bergstrom. Panisa kind of waiting to engage with him, but Bergstrom gets away now. 2-on-1. Bergstrom and Roosevelt. Bergstrom left circle, the shot, and the save is going to be made by Lalonde. Now on the left wing side, Bergstrom again. Stripped of the puck, holds on to the player. Very deftly holds on to it now, but the 2-on-1 back the other way with a tired Bergstrom on the back check. They take the shot. Grant makes the save on the short side as McElroy tried to sneak one in. Now Ishmael for the Yellow Jackets is going to curl it back. Smartly let his mates change here because they are dead. Ishmael behind the net. Joined on the ice by Blake Holmes and Carson Riddle. Ishmael will head to the bench. Rasmussen jumps on, and the pass was intended for him, but it was nowhere near him. And now it's the Ollie's turn.
That's a puck you just cannot give away there.
That's a bad turnover. Even if they have to go 200 feet like they do, that's a bad turnover. Pointer up ice, across the Yellow Jacket line. Lusko pushes it down behind the net. Holmes leans on him a little bit. Kolthoff to Pointer left circle. He's being watched here by Carson Riddle, and the Ollies are going to be content to play it to neutral. They'll get one player changed out here, and now the Yellow Jackets have got to worry about fatigue. They've been on the ice for a little while. Jonathan Young across the red line into the Yellow Jacket zone. Gets around Riddle, carries behind the net, spins away from Riddle. It's poked off his stick. 2:45 to go in the OT. Yellow Jackets and St. Olaf tied 2-2 here at Westman Arena in Superior. Pass ahead at center. Young across the Yellow Jacket line. Drops that one off, but it came out of the zone. This is like death by 1,000 paper cuts right now because the Jackets want a line change so badly and they can't get one. Rasmussen's trying to get away from the guy holding him so he can change, and they won't let him go. The linesman steps in.
That was an odd exchange in a 3-on-3
It really
overtime
was.
sequence.
Riddle off the ice. Reed Stark is on. Stark with the game winner last night. Love to see him pot another one here tonight. Across the line. Panisa on the left. Gets away from one man. Now they have numbers down low. Called off a shot. It's deflected wide. Shot blocked there by Evan Axel. Under 2 minutes to go in the overtime. Reed Stark takes up off the left wing. Stark across the line. Left circle. Stark with the shot, and the save is made by Lalonde. Now in the left wing corner, Axel up top. Nickerson nearly mishandled and created a turnover, but Axel recovers. Now he falls down, gets back up. Puck pops up in the air, and the numbers back the other way for the Ollies. Kolthoff takes the shot. Glove saved by Grant. He's going to hold on. Face-off coming here in the Yellow Jacket zone.
Logan Nickerson ended up on the wrong side of the puck in the neutral zone and lost his stick. And you could just see the desperation at that point. He had to lunge to pick up his stick and then scramble to try to get back into play. Nobody on this ice surface, aside from maybe Kobe Grant, happier that Kobe Grant made a save there and held the puck.
There was so much that happened there. I mean, Axel fell down at one point. There was just so much happening. Face-off controlled by the Jackets. Kagawa takes off to center. Across the line, right circle. Kagawa hit the goalpost! Had it lone beat on the stick side, and he rings the iron. Left wing boards now. Dauphiné tied up. He works his way free. Dauphiné in the high slot. Gets a step on the D. Now right circle. He turns it back. Dauphiné into the high slot. Curls it back again. Up at the blue line now. Dauphiné to Kagawa. Iki Kagawa left circle. Takes the shot, and that one's blockered away. Now the Jackets have it back again with under a minute to go. Bergstrom at the line. Feeds Dauphiné left circle. One-timer Kagawa on the slot, and he sent it high. I think the defender got a stick on it. Behind the St. Olaf net, Kagawa with the steal. Iki Kagawa centers Ishmael, and a save made by Lalonde. Now back the other way. Ishmael with the steal. Ishmael in the high slot. Walked. Fires, and a save made by Lalonde. What a final minute this has been. Now a steal again by Ishmael, but he's on the tired side and can't get the puck. It's going to come around to the left wing boards. Lusko's got it here for St. Olaf. He's pressured by Roosevelt. They play it backward here. Gunnar Johnson behind the net. He throws it out to center. Holmes has it. Yellow Jackets tag up. Holmes comes down the left side. Spinorama plays it in the slot. One-timer, Roosevelt the save. Rebound by Holmes. It gets blocked. And the horn will sound. Wow. What an intense final 60 seconds. The Yellow Jackets with 5 golden opportunities in that overtime period. Wow.
Great push by UWS there. Everything but scoring the winner. Great chances.
Holy moly.
Wow. That was exciting stuff. Good crowd tonight, and they got some good looks there.
And now they get a shootout. Now they get to watch a shootout.
Wow. Felt like it was just a matter of when, not if there, as UWS just continued to generate great scoring opportunities. Had some posts, had some great saves. Wow, wow. That was exciting.
So this bad boy is going to go in the books as a tie. And now we'll have a little bit of shootout action here. Iki Kagawa had, 3? Ishmael had a couple. Roosevelt had one in there. My goodness.
Yeah, I thought perhaps that Kagawa was taking that puck a little too wide. He was kind of taking himself outside the circles, when in fact he was just creating a fantastic angle to shoot stick side on the goalie. Had him beat, like you said, just hit the post, but then didn't give up on the play. Went and retrieved the puck and eventually was able to create some more chances. Wow.
You know, frankly, St. Olaf hit 3 posts in this game, so we really can't complain too much. Yeah. At any rate, the shootout will begin. Ephraimitis will go first for St. Olaf. He carries in on the left side. Cuts it to the middle now. Takes the shot, and Kobe Grant makes the save. Shooting for the Yellow Jackets, Iki Kagawa. Quickly becoming a fan favorite here. Kagawa picks it up, slowly makes his way across the St. Olaf line. Lalonde out to greet him. He gets it on the backhand. Lalonde, a glove save.
Puck hawked up on edge there and made it challenging for Kagawa to do what he wanted to.
Yeah, it's not like the NHL where they come out and clean the ice for you and make everything nice and pretty. So neither team scores on the first attempt. Jonathan Panisa, second shooter for St. Olaf. He comes in on the left side, left circle now. Walks, fakes, goes to the backhand and scores. Pretty good stick fake there. Panisa with the stick handling maneuver and went to the forehand as a right-handed shot, then pulled it back and lifted it past Kobe Grant. Chris Ishmael coming out to shoot now. Ishmael picks up the puck at center. Comes right down the middle with it here. Stick handles, fakes, goes to the forehand, and Lalonde makes the save. He kind of stick handled his way out of a shooting lane there.
I think he had 5-hole, but unfortunately he ended up trying to go to the stick side with it. Goalie was able to kick out a pad, make the save.
Tyler Cooper carries it up the middle. Goes to the forehand, a shot. Kobe Grant with the save. Gavin Rasmussen out for the Yellow Jackets now. Rasmussen needs to score to keep this one alive. Pressure's off at this point because it's a non-conference game, so there's no points involved. Would be fun to say you got the shootout win, though. Rasmussen for the Jackets comes in on the right wing. Cuts it to the middle. Takes the shot and he scores! Oh, and does the Zorro and flips that sword back into its sheath. Tyler Green, the next shooter for the Oles. I tell you, this is kind of a ho-hum game through 2 periods. What a great finish.
It's been fantastic down the stretch for sure.
I'm exhausted.
It's been a long day for you.
Tyler Green picks it up here for the Oles. All the way to the left. Left circle, stick handles. Takes to the backhand and hit the post. Had Grant beat glove side, hits the post. Enter Gavin Watt. Didn't see him much in the third period.
No.
Watt with the second goal for the Jackets here. Slowly makes his way up ice. Cuts right down the middle. Takes the shot and he scores! Gavin Watt snaps that one past the lone. Fun to say you won the shootout. Doesn't matter at this point, but what a snipe from Gavin Watt. Number 18 had himself a night. Final score in this one, 2-2. Yellow Jackets take the shootout, 2-1. We'll take a timeout and come back with the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. All right, I got to test this mic.
Test. Whoa. Check.
Skate to a 2-2 tie in what ended up being a wildly entertaining end of third period overtime shootout stretch of hockey. For the most part, it was kind of a ho-hum game. And then you got into the end part here, and man, was that fun.
It felt like in the third period when the Jackets were leading with like 12, 13 minutes left, sort of felt like the Jackets were just trying to run the sand out of the hourglass at that point and just defend their way to the finish. So it was kind of sleepy, just trying to maintain possession of the puck. And then the unfortunate penalty, St. Olaf scores to tie it. And we started talking about UWS having to shift into an attack mentality after playing so many minutes in kind of the opposite, in a defend mentality. So then it picked up the pace, and then the overtime was fantastic and exciting. And then a great shootout on top of that. Ended up being a very exciting end of this game.
Yeah, it really was. The the last 60 to 90 seconds of that overtime, that's as good as it gets. And they had so many opportunities there in that final 60 seconds. I'm looking forward to Brian Meisner getting up here so we can talk a little bit about that. But the final minute, 90 seconds that was, I don't know how the last time I saw overtime that exciting.
I'm a big fan of 3-on-3 overtime. I enjoy it. I like creating that opportunity for a decisive victory. It's fun, it's exciting, and we saw all of that here tonight.
Yeah, it was really impressive, and the crowd was good tonight, and they got treated to something pretty special here in this third period, or in the overtime and the shootout. So Yellow Jackets don't get the win tonight. Fortunately, they also don't get a loss. 2-2 the final score. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll be joined by assistant coach Brian Meisner. We'll get into the postgame summary, all that and more, as the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy continues after this. This is Yellow Jacket 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the YGAC Network. Here at Westman Arena, it's the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy, following a 2-2 tie between the Yellow Jackets and St. Olaf, and we're joined by Yellow Jacket assistant coach Brian Meisner. And I don't know, Mouse, how you feel, but 3-on-3 overtime and shootout is fun. And that was a really entertaining stretch of hockey there, because the opportunities that the Yellow Jackets created were off the charts in that last minute of that overtime.
It was, that was fun when we're getting opportunities for sure. I think if it was the other way around, it would have been not as much fun. But you're right. I mean, I think that's what 3-on-3 was supposed to be made for, right? And so for entertainment. And halfway through that, I was thinking, man, this is kind of boring. We're dropping back. Let's stop. And I thought, this is not what 3-on-3 is supposed to be. And then all of a sudden,
it just happened.
Chance. Yeah. So it was fun. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Iki Kagawa had 3 chances by himself, hit a post in there. Chris Ishmael had a couple chances in there. And it's like every time St. Olaf got the puck in that final 90 seconds, somehow you guys were hard on the puck coming back. You kept him pinned down there, and it was like Sharks seeing blood in the water, because you knew you had tired guys trapped out there.
We did.
And it just kept creating opportunity after opportunity.
Yeah, we were yelling it on the bench. They're tired. They're trying to stay after them. And, we tried. I mean, I think we threw everything but the kitchen sink, obviously, at them. And so we worked hard. Didn't get that extra goal, though. But, it's a bummer in one sense. We gave up a goal with like 3.5 minutes left, and, power play gave them another chance. We just kept giving them chances to tie the game, and they did. And that's a good team over there. So,
They skate extremely well.
They do, yeah.
And they had a lot of opportunities where they just
Yeah.
that speed created a lot of chances for them tonight. It
Yeah.
kind of gave you guys fits a little bit, it seemed like.
Yeah. You know, their head coach played for me in juniors.
Oh.
So, yeah, 20 years ago now.
So this is your fault. Thank
It's
you.
my fault, yeah. So it's one hand, I'm kind of proud of them. The other hand, I wanted to beat him. I told Rich if we lost, I'm retiring tonight. So good thing we didn't lose.
You've threatened to retire so many times,
so many
Good
times,
grief.
but yeah. You're like, get over it. Let's do it. Yeah. So, no, so I'm proud of him. You know, he's done a great job with that program and that team. And so it's kind of fun to coach against him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you guys spent a lot of time looking at film today. Was there anything that you saw in tonight's performance that was directly related to what you saw or talked about on film earlier today?
Yeah, for us, it's more about us, what we're doing. And, you know, I thought the first period we were a little dead, you know. I don't know why. It was weird because our bench was very quiet in the first period. And I don't know if they were thinking too much or sometimes that happens. And but after the first period, I thought we really came alive. You know, the first period we gave up a lot of chances that we normally don't give up. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's, I think, lack of communication. It was lack of positioning. We're getting beat off the wall in the defensive zone is what I'm talking about. So defensive zone coverage was a big key for us tonight. And when we played that, we did that after the first period. I thought we we got the lead, you know, and then, you know, they scored a power play goal. So other than that, I thought we were pretty good.
It followed the same script as last night. Because
Yeah,
last night
almost.
you got the first goal, and you gained a lot of momentum off that. You were kind of a different team. Same thing happened tonight.
Yeah.
Evan Axel scores that goal. You guys were a completely different team the rest of that second period.
Yeah, and this team is young enough that, you know, that momentum shift is big for us, right? And I'm proud of our guys that we battled back both nights, you know, from being down 1-0, because I think you and I can talk about the last 3 years. I don't know if we would have done that, right?
Well, it was one of the things that rings in my mind is teams over the last probably 3 or 4 years, with the exception of maybe one season, had a nearly impossible time coming back.
Yeah.
Coming from behind. There were 2 years in there was 0 wins where we came from behind.
It's crazy,
so,
yeah.
You know, it was great to see that.
Yeah, it is. And so, to your point, you know, what do we learn off of tape? I think that's just it. You know, we have to clean up a lot of little things with our game, and I think that's going to come, and it's only the first weekend. And, you know, but we played really good teams. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, these are good skating teams. And, you know, for the WIAC, even, you know, I know they're my teams, but for the WIAC, we're going to see a lot of that. And maybe a little bit more physicality, right? So it's a good test for us, good weekend.
Felt like, too, a little bit like you got to the midpoint of that third period, you know, the football analogy, trying to run the clock out a little bit.
A little bit.
And, you know, Jason had said, it seemed like you're just waiting for the sand to slip out of the hourglass a little bit. And then they get that power play goal, 3 minutes left. How do you turn it back on? Because that's one of the things I had said is it's hard to turn that back on once you've kind of decided, okay, let's not give one up now.
Yeah.
And how do you turn it back on?
Yeah.
You know, did you see your team finding a way to try to turn that back on, I guess?
Yeah, I think that's one thing. I mean, the other thing you have to realize or understand is we're still learning our players, right? Mm-hmm. And even though I've coached 6 of those 7 guys last couple of years, I'm still learning what they did this summer, how much better they've gotten, right? Mm-hmm. Putting them in different situations than maybe they have in the past. And so, for me anyway, I'm looking at the back end, you know, who's going to, you know, we're not trying to run out the clock, right? We want to find the guys that can play those last 5 minutes in a period or last 5 minutes in a game when you have a 1-goal lead. And so we're still figuring that out a little bit. And, yeah, I think we did some of that. I think some of the times you're like, oh, let's just get it out, get it in, and you know, instead of just playing our game, taking away time and space, you know, gaining the red line, gaining the blue line, chip it ahead, attack. You know, we have to put other teams under pressure. And we've talked about that a lot too. So I like to see us do that for the whole 60 minutes.
Yeah. I agree. That's the one thing. You see the moments where you shift into that mentality of not making a mistake or like we're trying to play not to lose now versus trying to keep the foot on the gas and play to win. So that's something that will grow as the season goes on. And as a coaching staff, you have to like the fact that you got to experience so many situations in your opening weekend. You know, you've had 3-on-3 overtime. You had a shootout. You had penalty kills, power play time. You got to do a little everything this weekend.
We did, and we saw some really good things, you know, and obviously some things to work on. But I think the positives outweigh the negatives so far, and it's fun. I mean, we really do have a high-energy group. It's really a lot of fun around these guys, and that's why that first period is so weird to me. It was just, in practice, we're just high energy. It's just crazy that we were so quiet the first period. But you're right. We've learned a lot. Even this first weekend, we've been in a lot of situations, and now we've got to put that into practice, and we've got to find that right fit every weekend, you know. So. who's going to make the plays.
Right.
Now.
Well, appreciate your time, Mouse.
Yeah,
Thanks a
thank
lot.
you.
All right, buddy.
Good to see you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Take care.
As assistant coach Brian Meisner, and let's hop now into our post-game summary here of the post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy.
Our post-game show has got a whole lot better now that it's not just you and I talking.
I know.
This is great.
I really like having the coach stop by. I'm debating now, do I try to make that happen on the road too? Because usually it's just like, pack your gear, get on the bus, we got to go home.
Right.
So do I try to make it happen on the road? Because he's very insightful, and
it's good stuff.
It's not just you and me talking. At any rate, it wasn't just us who saw kind of a lack of energy in that first period. So coach saw that as well. The only goal of the first period coming 12:45. Second goal of the season for Pavel Karasik, making it a 1-0 lead for St. I almost said Gustavus, for St. Olaf. And
just barely crossed the goal line. They tried to fish it out at the last second.
You can see some of the players going, no, it didn't go all the way in. And
took a while for the red lights.
Yeah, took a while for the light. And I kind of like, was Jerry waiting for the referee to point on that one? But I think it was just that slow happening.
Right.
So that one barely gets across the line. Only goal of the first period, 1-0 Ole's after one. Shots favoring the Ole's 12-9 in the first period. Second period, Yellow Jackets got their feet underneath them a little bit and finally got that big momentum boost that they needed near the midpoint at 9:27. Evan Axel with a cannon from the right point.
A couple highlight reel shots tonight for goals for UWS, and this was the first one. Took a pass that was right in his wheelhouse for Miki Kagawa, and then just hammered it top shelf with the one-timer. Great shot, great equalizer for the Yellow Jackets, and really started to turn the momentum.
9:27 the second period, tied 1-1. Just over 3 minutes later, the Yellow Jackets on a power play take the lead. Speaking of cannons, great shot from the left circle.
Yeah, absolutely incredible blast by Watt from the circle. Great shot there, gave UWS the lead, and really helped them build on the momentum and then really dominate the second half of that second period, which was great to see.
Assists on that one going to Blake Holmes and Evan Axels, and it was a 2-1 Yellow Jacket lead after 2 shots in the second period. St. Olaf had 6 for a 2-period total of 18. The Yellow Jackets had 8 for a 2-period total of 17. Then in the third period, the Yellow Jackets, I felt like, pulled back. They got outshot 8-3 in the third period, and the only goal coming late on a power play at 16:28. Power play goal for Kolthoff, to tie the game at 2.
Yeah, unfortunate break. Tipped off a UWS stick that was in the lane. You're trying to do the right thing. You're trying to redirect the shot. Unfortunately, that one just got redirected and barely popped over the goalie's shoulder to tie the game.
Actually, I don't think either one of the goals today even hit the back of the net for St. Olaf. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
The best opportunities they had hit the post.
Right.
And the ones that ended up scoring didn't even get all the way to the back of the net because they always hit 3 posts tonight, 2 in the first period and 1 in the third period. Yellow Jackets hitting the 1 in the overtime. More on that in a moment. So we get through the original 60 minutes. Now it's time to play overtime. And, like Mouse said, kind of boring there for a little bit. And then the last minute happened. The Yellow Jackets got that St. Olaf crew on the ice for a little bit too long, and the opportunities just started coming.
Like you talked about, possession is so important, so critical in 3-on-3 overtime. And for a large stretch of it, St. Olaf had possession, but they weren't really doing a whole lot with it. They were content to just keep kind of regrouping and going for their look. And, the game slowed down at that point, but only until a feverish last minute when UWS got the puck, was able to keep the Ole's trapped in their zone and just keep generating chance after chance after chance. Did everything but score.
Yep.
Hit a post, generated multiple shots on goal, some excellent saves. Just everything but put the puck in the net for UWS. Really exciting. Great for the crowd to be able to see such a fun stretch of hockey there. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite get the deciding goal.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets ended up with 6 shots on goal in the overtime, and I think 5 of them came in the final minute. It was an absolutely feverish final minute. It was a blast to call. I'm sure my excitement came through in more ways than one, but that was a lot of fun in the overtime. Unfortunately, the Yellow Jackets don't get the victory, and the teams are forced to settle for the 2-2 tie. Shots again in the overtime. St. Olaf had 2, game total of 28. The Yellow Jackets had 6 for a game total of 26. So they doubled their third period shot output basically in 60 seconds of overtime.
Yeah, definitely went in attack mode there, and you can see that Kagawa is certainly the kind of player that is going to be really dangerous in a 3-on-3 setting.
Penalties in the hockey game. The Yellow Jackets took 4 penalties for 8 minutes. The Ole's took 5 for 10 on the power play. The Jackets go 1 for 5, and St. Olaf going 1 for 4. The decider being the shootout. Each team had 4 shooters. The Yellow Jackets scored twice, Gavin Rasmussen and Gavin Watts. So apparently it's a Gavin night. They got the 2 goals, and it was Watts' shot low to the stick side that gave the Yellow Jackets the decider in the shootout, even though it doesn't count for anything. But still, I think probably it does count for something. Just in the record book, it doesn't count for a thing.
Right. I think in a few ways it counts for something. First of all, good crowd here tonight. They felt like a win coming out of that. They enjoyed that moment. They enjoyed the Jackets coming out on top in the shootout. And I think the shootout was much like the game, much like both games actually, where Jackets fell behind, then had their backs up against the wall, and were able to score a clutch goal in a moment where they needed it. When it came down to Gavin Rasmussen needing to score to extend the game, they were able to respond, just like they had responded both times over this weekend where they had got behind and were able to respond and equalize and then take the lead. Rasmussen got that goal, so I think that's a good moment for you there to be able to have your back up against the wall and score when you need it, and then score the deciding goal even though it didn't actually count for anything.
Kobe Grant finishes the night with 26 saves, so he is 0-0-1 on the season. On the other side, Thomas Lalonde, I told you, the 12.07 goals against average. Yeah, that was pretty uncharacteristic. He was pretty solid between the pipes, too. He finishes with 24 saves. 2-2 the final score here tonight from Westman Arena. We'll take one more break, come back, and put this one to bed right after this. This is Yellow Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Here tonight, the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy. The Yellow Jackets and St. Olaf skate to a 2-all tie here at Westman Arena. Time now for our postgame show 3-star selection. Jason.
Third star tonight is UWS senior defenseman Blake Holmes. He of the 2-point night, 2 assists, and 2 block shots.
I thought he was good tonight.
Yeah.
I thought he might have been the best defenseman tonight outside of Dusty Bergstrom. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, he was solid. Number 2 star tonight is UWS sophomore defenseman Evan Axel. 1 goal and 1 assist, and it was a big goal, that big bomb of a one-timer from just inside the blue line. 2 defensemen in the 3-star show tonight. Don't always get to do that. That's
you don't know. You don't. So, okay, I can agree with that. And who's the number 1?
Number 1 star is UWS sophomore forward Gavin Watt. Excellent game. Scored the power play goal, which was the Jackets' first power play goal of the season, and then got the shootout winner. Even though it didn't count for any points, got the shootout winner to send the crowd home happy tonight.
Yeah, and I remember when he came out for the shootout, I'm like, we didn't see him much in the third period. We didn't see him in the overtime. So I kind of wondered, remember earlier in the third, he took that slash, and I wonder if something happened there, and he was just like, yeah, this is kind of rough. But he had enough in him to get a shootout goal. But couldn't be engaged in a contact sport, I guess.
Exactly,
Maybe, I don't
right.
know. I'll ask some questions, see what I can find out. But he was a difference maker tonight.
Yes, he was. And a nice way to cap a good weekend for the Yellow Jackets, coming out of here with a victory and a tie.
So number 3 star Blake Holmes, number 2 Evan Axel, and the number 1 star is Gavin Watt. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard around the WIAC final in Stevens Point. The Pointers pull away in the third and defeat St. Mary's 7-4. Wow, a scoreless tie at Eau Claire tonight. Eau Claire and Bethel. They go scoreless this evening, so yeah, Eau Claire will not be happy with the results of the weekend by any means. Stout shuts out Hamlin 5-0, and River Falls defeating Gustavus by a score of 4-1. So it kind of tells me the WIAC is doing WIAC things tonight, and it's anybody's conference, man. Flip a coin.
Exciting start, and we'll keep it going next weekend.
Big props to the 2 soccer programs here at UW Superior. The Yellow Jacket men win 6-2 over Bethany Lutheran. The women 4-0 also over Bethany Lutheran. They both win the UMAC championship and will advance to the NCAA tournament against a team at a site to be determined here in the selection show on Monday.
Any chance it can be here?
No.
Okay.
No, we have to put in a bid, and because our stadium's still under construction, probably not going to be us.
Got it.
But that's a very valid point. That's something that I think down the road, having our own on-campus stadium, having the right locker room facilities, yeah, I could see maybe us putting in a bid someday.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be a good thing. That'd be a lot of fun. And, it's like a November soccer and a nice little lake wind.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's called the home field advantage right there. So congratulations to both of those teams on their victories and the NCAA selection show coming up on Monday. UWSYellowJackets.com will give you the information on where the Yellow Jackets soccer teams will be headed. Want to thank Wyatt Tischler back in the studio. Also wanted to thank Bradley Lellis, our engineer here on site for Yellow Jacket TV. For those two, for Jason Roan, for the entire crew with Yellow Jacket TV. This is John Garver saying so long from Westman Arena. Final score here tonight. The Yellow Jackets and Ole skate to a 2-2 tie. Yellow Jackets take the shootout 2-1. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday night, and look forward to talking to you next Friday when the Jackets are across the bridge to take on St. Scholastica. This has been Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network.
Let's put our stamp on this region, all right? Let's do it emphatically.